I didn't have Kolby to clap.
Welcome to Dunderheads. We're obviously down one Kolby. He's not feeling super well, so he's staying home and taking care of himself. We love you. Hope you're feeling better. But we are a band of chuckle fucks that like to play a little bit of D&D and have a good time. So with that, we're going to go around the table, starting with our resident cleric, Styx.
Oh, I thought that was Alyssa. I've never been a cleric. Anyways, I'm Styx Rottenwing, the resident cleric, and I am currently the drink. Getting the drink. A beverage of sorts. From the cup.
Do you feel how
Yes.
awkward it is in here now?
I love it. I ran away from Skelly Men, and now I'm drinking, and things transpired, which we will get into now.
What do you play?
I said Styx Rottenwing, the grave cleric.
It's the resident cleric.
Bird,
There we go. Thank you.
Bird.
He plays an owlin, for the record.
which is a bird, for the record.
It's not a cup.
Avian.
Bird.
Lizzie.
I am Lizzie. I am playing Alyssa, and she is just a normal little tabaxi. Likes to go around, make some stuff on occasion with the artificing background. Occasionally likes to punch things in the face with the Rune Knight background. Kind of creative, very curious. Likes long walks on the beach.
Mm-hmm. What's her sign?
What?
What's her sign?
Oh, she's obviously an Aries. Do you want the rising or?
I don't know enough for this conversation.
Anyway, she is one of the characters I play.
Delightful. Sam.
I'm Sam. I play Kex, a Dampier, who's kind of a vampire, but not. Soul Knife, Hexblade. Last episode, I drank one of my friends. Will I drink another one? Who knows? Gonna make it 3.
And our missing friend here, Kolby, who normally plays Sail. He is the Feylock Bard, half-elf. And also kind of the captain of the Crimson Scourge. Except for not right now. Because last time we left off, you guys decided it was time to fuck off. There was a storm barreling down on you guys in Shadow's Row, and you were just like, nah. Can we stay and fight? Maybe. Do we have to? Not at all. So you used your Wayfinder's coin, flipped that up, and Sail contracted a Marinloth, which is essentially a fiend from Gehenna who can pilot your ships for you much more adequately than you can because they're fucking magic, who immediately plunged you guys into the Astral Sea as a way to truncate some of the distance between yourselves and the Shadowfell side of the Fire Pillar of Creation, where you guys had learned that Niv Mizzet was being held, slowly tortured, and a ceremony of sorts was going to happen. Sail also got to have a bit of a meeting with his patron, which he had not been able to do while he was on the Shadowfell, where he got back Saffron, your guys' fallen companion, and he found out a little bit more about how pillars work and what they're doing. Coming back to you guys and letting you all know, it's like, oh, hey, they're pretty much trying to reverse the polarity of magic. So instead of having a positive polarity, it is now a negative polarity, allowing things from the Shadowfell to much more easily impact the material world.
Bad touch.
With that, it was very much bad touch. You guys sailed the Astral Sea until you made it to Zahir. Or, not Zahir.
Not Zakar. It was,
Zakir. Yeah, Zakir. The city of glass, which has a citadel of glass, where Styx decided that it was a something that he wanted to go visit, something he wanted to go see, and learned that it was a temple to a different god of death, not his own. Therein, he encountered angels, the dead, and one priestess named Sawat, where the two of you held a ceremony together, basically affirming not allegiance, but at least respect to one another. Kex, also in the city at that point in time, had been kind of walking around trying to gain some information. You found out that they worshipped an entirely different pantheon than what you guys were used to on your side of the material plane and your side of the hemisphere.
Not one that we're even remotely familiar with.
Mm-hmm. Collecting sticks, you brought him back, or more walked with him back to the Crimson Scourge, where you guys had docked, to find that Sail, in your absence, had made friends with a nearby ship that was full of undead and had offered them to dinner. Styx, obviously not being a huge fan of that, decided he didn't want to stick around, turned invisible, and fucking disappeared. With that, you went to a local tavern, and you received a bit of a message.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to say right now?
Don't have to. We can pick back up with you having received this message in the tavern.
Oh, yeah.
What would you like to do?
There's stuff that
Continue
I don't know.
drinking heavily.
Okay.
I totally forgot about that.
I finally failed a con save, I think. 6? Plus whatever my con is. 6 is trying to get drunk.
You can choose to fail then.
Excellent.
Oh man.
All right. You spend some time drinking. You get this message. Continue to drink. You have gotten yourself effectively drunk.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Styx is not going back to the ship as of right now.
Okay.
He understands the message and is there's not really anything that can be done about it at this particular moment in time, but it will help him plan for the next couple days. And he's going to tell everybody about it, but also just it doesn't seem like the time right now, especially being drunk. He's like, yeah, he could wait. He could wait a little bit. But he's probably just gonna slow down a little bit, but hang out at the bar.
Yeah.
Hang out at the bar. Maybe see what's going on around there.
Stopped asking for 5 shots at a time.
Could you please go and give me a perception check at disadvantage? You normally have advantage, so this is just a flat roll.
The luck was stolen. That is a nat 20
Oh, shit.
plus 8. No. Yeah, plus 8.
We're coming up in the world.
Everything's coming up, Millhouse.
All right. Well, with that, you take a moment and look at your surroundings after getting decently sloshed. Looking around you, you see there is a mixture of these kind of amorphous blue spirits that you guys have been used to, as well as some more corporeal folk that are kind of enjoying their time here. As you are kind of like laying about and hanging out, there is one blue spirit that erupts up out of the actual ground itself, and you just hear, "Ah! Where am I?"
Probably dead.
Just died.
As he looks down, you can see a protrusion of what appears to be a knife.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The knife is in his. Is he close to me?
Close enough.
I want to get up and like kind of go over to him and look at it. See if he is he trying to get away from me, or is he just more shocked at the fact that he's there?
He's in shock at the moment. He's looking down at this. You see, he puts one hand around it, trying to pull it out, but nothing is happening.
That's morbid.
He is corporeal at this moment, in the sense that like you can tell his details. He appears to be like a fire genasi man.
Can I try to use Cure Wounds on him?
You can always try.
Okay. Do I have to make like a spell casting check, or?
Are you just expending the spell slot?
Yeah.
Yeah. You walk up, you use Cure Wounds. Unfortunately, nothing really happens.
He's dead, Sticks. You're drunk.
Or rather, I should ask, what is your intent with this Cure Wounds?
To fix the knife being in him.
On which side of the veil?
Oh. Styx is probably in the mindset of here.
Okay. Then you cast the spell and nothing happens.
Okay.
Use your 6th level.
He's gonna try spare the dying then.
You spare the dying for a brief moment. He becomes incorporeal. He becomes like almost see-through. As his tether is now getting pulled back and forth.
Oh. How did that feel?
I don't. It's like I was here, then I wasn't here, then I was here. Where am I?
I'm gonna look around for a sign to figure out what the name of the bar is.
It's literally called the Rusty Hook.
I'm gonna point at the sign. The Rusty Hook. This is the afterlife. It's just a bar.
The entire afterlife is a bar.
I'm just kidding. This is the Shadowfell.
I'm kidding, but you are dead.
Yeah, that's not a joke.
You see, he kind of stands all the way up, pulls out a chair and sits down.
Poor guy.
I'm gonna bring him a drink.
You bring him a drink, he goes to grab it, and his hand just through it.
Oh. I'm gonna try and hold it up and get him to drink some.
This tracks so well with Sticks being drunk.
I know.
This is so good.
You start to waterfall him some grog, essentially, and it just passes through his body, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
That really sucks for you.
I'm gonna look at is the bartender also one of the blue spirits?
No.
You have anything for one of these?
Not really.
Bump.
They kind of mill about the place until one of the angels comes and scythes them down. They're gonna scythe me down?
Oh, don't worry about that. They're very nice.
You look around the room, you see the blue spirits in this bar are giving you a wide berth. The longer you are starting to speak with him, he's kind of like looking around. He finally looks down and realizes he's blue. Is there any way back?
Well, what is the last thing you remember? Well, what did you come here from? You remember anything from your normal life?
This is the new normal.
I was in a tavern and I apparently had been flirting with somebody else's partner. I felt something painful, and then I was here.
Oh. When Styx tried to do the cure wounds, what did he feel? Did he feel nothing?
There's nothing to heal. This man is in a new form. This soul is not damaged. It's just dead.
Yeah. I'm trying not to bet a game, but when you asked that, I was thinking like maybe Styx would think one or the other, but again, he's drunk. So
Yeah.
Oh God, that's a big fucking. Sorry, I got distracted by the big emote in chat.
Big emote. Hi, Bobber.
Big E.
The answer to your question is I don't know. But it could be a fun adventure. Find the door, go back, who knows? And then Styx is going to finish the rest of that drink.
He starts staring into the middle distance. And he kind of looks up at you. He starts to become less put together. His features start to fade as he slowly becomes just another amorphous blue soul.
Fuck. Poor guy. Unless he was a piece of shit.
He lost his sparkle.
So with Styx,
Bruh. Fuck.
Styx is assuming that like they come here retaining some kind of sense of self and then they lose it pretty quickly. However, what the fuck was his name? Gregnold or whatever?
Gary?
Gary?
Gary the Garoter.
Gary. Styx is gonna talk to him and be like, "Oh, what? So you're gonna give up because you tried to get some girl to cheat on her man? See if that does anything."
Some of the features come back, but muddled as he looks confused. I didn't know.
Yeah. Aren't you angry that you're here?
Yeah. As some of the features start to come back a little bit more. You're right. I didn't know. She put her hand on my leg. This is their fault.
Did you get her name? What is her name?
I didn't even get that far. I didn't even know who the guy was.
Oh man.
He starts to breathe heavier. He's actually fully back to being detailed.
Okay. Now that I have your attention. Relax a little bit. I'm trying to
I got killed for no reason.
No reason is a strong. However, let's see if I can help you out a little bit.
Styx actually saying that. The fuck is it? Where is it?
He's looking through his.
Where is it? Where is it?
His hymnal.
Where's my calm emotions? Where's my calm emotions?
Oh, you guys would hate me for doing this, but I feel like it might be.
We don't know. We're not there.
Yeah.
As he
Play
looks
your
down
character.
and his hand grasps the handle of the knife as he
Oh,
pulls it out.
Oh no.
so he was trying to do that before and he wasn't able to.
Hmm?
Does it seem like he's losing his tether here?
Yes and no. Go and give me a religion check. At disadvantage, you are drunk.
Okay. Oh man.
Your fault for getting drunk.
It's a 10.
It's 10. He seems more and more solid as you're speaking with him. His features seem more and more defined, and at this point in time, they're almost getting a little sharper. You're not quite sure what that means.
Oh God, no.
I don't think I have calm emotions.
See, he flips this knife around to get him back. You, Judge, send me.
Yeah, excuse me? What?
It's what you are, right? You got the robes, you got the...
What do you mean send you? There's nowhere to send you. You were sent here.
I don't want to be there.
Well, how am I supposed to do that?
You should know how to do it. I feel like you know how to do this.
Fucking... I'm gonna rummage through my bag. I'm gonna pull out some diamond dust.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. What do I even do with that?
Want to explain it?
I rolled the dice to figure out like how Styx is feeling about all this, and I rolled a nat 20.
So what would be a low number feeling? What would a low...
I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, send it back.
And what would a high number be? Would that be logical?
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
oh, maybe I
so-
shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. In the moment of clarity, being like, what the fuck am I doing? Styx is going to, do I have, has it been a day since I used the coin last?
Yeah.
When was the last time I used it?
You didn't use it today because we made port and then you went and did your stuff. So you-
Yes. I think I used it yesterday.
I don't think we've rested since you've used it.
I haven't, no. Is it per rest or?
Per day, specifically on that one.
Okay.
It's not per rest.
I don't know how that works with us.
Cinderella
going
pumpkin
through
rolls.
Planes.
Okay.
It'd be per dawn. And technically, I was going to say, technically, it hasn't been a new dawn here in the Shadowfell, but you went to the one location that has twilight, which is sunlight. So, oddly enough,
That counts as dawn.
that counts.
Oh my god. Okay. So Styx is going to reach in for some diamond dust, be like, what the fuck? And then he's going to grab the coin and he's just going to flip it and ask, okay, do I send this guy back?
Whoa. It doesn't, you flip it and it falls straight back down.
Doesn't even.
It doesn't flip.
you flick it, comes over.
Remember that piney you just got?
Good.
For those of you that don't know, Styx has a coin that he can flip once a day that will tell him weal or woe, depending on what his god thinks it should do.
Yep. This was a whoa.
No,
Which is no. Wheel is yeah. Whoa is no.
Send him back and then you accidentally create like a serial killer.
So I'm going to tell him, okay, look, I know where you can go to figure this out. I'm going to walk outside and like,
He'll follow you.
I'm going to point to the big glass building. I'm going to be like, look, you saw what I tried. You saw I tried, right?
I don't know what you did, but
It didn't work. Go over there. I was just there. Talk with them. This is not my place. They're the people that rule over this, so they might have a better idea. People avoid me here. It's not my
oh, you reek.
yeah, you don't want to be next to me. I stink.
I trust you though.
Maybe on the other side you would trust me. Not here. So, go to them.
Oh, okay. He's going to take his knife and start stalking down the street.
God.
I'm gonna head back to the ship.
You just make a revenant.
Close.
Fuck.
Almost.
Would have been on you.
All right. With that, you start to head back to the ship. The rest of you, the captain of the ship next to you, this kind of slip that has been forged from the rib cage and bones of a dragon. You see they walk back out, this black dragonborn, tall, but kind of lithe, almost like slim for most dragonborns that you've seen.
Like a lizard.
They take their crew with them. They start to wander on over. You see Sail has been cooking rapidly. He brought back these kind of pinwheels that were made of draconic hide of some sort. He's not answered any questions about them yet because nobody's asked. But the kobolds you see that are kind of walking by there.
Pretty easy to summarize. Like, oh, hey, dragon food. Dragon food.
The captain kind of knocks on the side of the railing. Permission to come aboard.
Look at Sail. Sure. Being able to summarize pretty clearly, like, oh, this is, got it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna be up in the crow's nest with McGuire, so
Okay.
If you still
continuously.
gross.
Is it like making a tent for you up there?
Yeah, you know, like when you're working on like a CNC mill and you have like all those shavings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just scratching them, getting them all off.
He's
Andrew.
shaving the mask.
Andrew appreciates that one.
I do appreciate that joke as a machinist.
I send him metal shaving videos as much as I can.
It's my favorite thing to do.
It's like soap carving, but
Yep.
more aggressive.
Watching gross metal turn into bright shiny metal is nice. I like.
It's nice and stimmy.
All right. You see he kind of enters in.
I'm not a machinist for the trade. I'm a machinist for the stims.
Yeah.
He takes his hat off and does a deep flourishing bow. He goes, "Thank you very much for allowing us to join you. It is a taste of home that we've not seen in quite some time."
Well, Sail is the... Pause for a second. In my own head. Because I was about to say Sail is the best cook, but I'm like, my mom's the best cook. Sail is the best cook that I have met on my travels.
Sail, you'll just feel eyes staring into your back. But nothing said. Yeah, we're gonna be ready for some grub here in a moment, so go ahead and just get yourselves situated. We have some barrels you can sit on down below, and I'll get you all figured out.
I'll do the best I can to set a table for
Sure.
them. Just to help, since I've been roped into this and I kind of feel bad with what Sail just gave me. So
I feel like Alyssa is kind of just like in protest of all the undead on the ship because she feels bad for Styx needing to leave. She's just gonna kind of like try to be more like aloof. Like, I didn't interact with the undead people.
you can't rope me into this.
You do see as Kip he starts climbing the mast and gets up into the crow's nest with you and just, "I don't like that captain.
Why not?
We knew him back in the material plane.
In like a good way or like a we should not have him in our ship way?
Pirate captains are never good. Dragon-born pirate captains are never good.
Well,
The best you can hope for is a parlay into leave on neutral terms."
well, I think Sayo probably has something in mind. You're welcome to stay up here. This is McGuire. You've met McGuire, right?
They extend their little clawed hand to shake McGuire's paw. It's nice to meet you, McGuire. I keep an eye on him.
On McGuire?
No. She points down at
Okay.
Did I give this guy a name?
Kolby's the only one that talked to him, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. I don't know why he's on our ship.
I think there was a name. I can't remember. Was the introduction?
Yeah, it was.
Nathair?
No,
No.
that is a god
Very
of
different
mischief.
person. Yeah.
That's the other dragon. Okay.
Yep. That's the Archfey.
He was a dragon, kind of, right?
Yeah, he's an Archfey dragon. He's a dragon that's from Draco Regnum that went to the Feywild and became an Archfey. So he's like extra sticky icky.
Don't say that. Icky, sticky dragons.
What
Oh, that
was it?
guy. That guy's the drink.
Barely the cup.
Apologies to the viewers if you're watching this back to back and I have forgotten. But for now, we're going to call him Captain Maxilla.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm going to write that down.
Write that down. He changed his name. That means he's bad.
The SpongeBob's inside Andrew's brain right now are panicking, running back and forth with all the files and everything's on fire.
We forgot his name.
All right. Captain Maxilla was like, don't get me wrong, our captain wasn't a good guy either, but I don't know. There was a point in time where we had to, we fought him. He was trying to take the ship.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like post up. And I'm going to send McGuire to deliver a message to Kex.
All right.
I can just imagine McGuire like chewing on the mast. Like, you know, when dogs, they kind of lose focus and their eyes go different ways. And then all of a sudden you're like McGuire and then they focus really quick.
That might just be because you own a pug.
This is true. That is Luna. She's like eating her toy and it's like.
I like to think that McGuire just has like a lazy eye.
I'm glad we're on the same page with that one.
Oh my god. Have you seen the video where the kid's talking? It's like, use both eyes, sweetie. And just refocuses.
No real attacked.
Nobody do it. Just shush.
See, McGuire. What message do you give him?
Kex, it is me, McGuire. I have insider knowledge about this captain. Apparently, the kobolds have fought him in the past. I will fight alongside you, brave Kex, for I am McGuire.
All right. You see McGuire's tail comes up and gives you a bit of a salute as he breathes in and his body inflates in his little propeller.
So disturbing.
You then hear a as he is expelling the air and coming down towards you, Kex. As he lands next to you and gives you this message and stands at attention with his little tail. One eye drifting off to the side.
I just kind of just look up and just.
Does it even give a message? Can it give a message?
No.
Homunculus?
Yeah.
They act like familiars, basically, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got the message I needed.
Also, Alyssa has like a programmable message as something that she can just do with tinkering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I am now watching this captain like a hawk while he is on board. Spy training kicks in.
All right. See, he walks downstairs, hands behind his back, looking around. He's noticing all the differences in this ship. The Marinloth on board, as well as the spectral chains and the difference in the sails. I see you've all spruced up the place.
Yes. To blend in.
And whom is your navigator as he kind of points at the Marin Loth.
Is the Marilos back? He's not back.
Never left.
Oh,
Yeah.
he never left.
He's just been hanging out by the
Oh,
wheel.
He's taking a standing power nap.
oh. I have his name written down somewhere.
He is sitting down, but it is just floating.
He's trancing.
Anya Mayor.
Arne Mayor. Yeah. That is
That one I remember to write down.
temporary navigator Arne Mayor.
Captain.
Captain Arne Mayor. This is his vessel while he is aboard.
Oh. I was under the impression that Sail was your captain.
He is when the Marilos is gone.
Wouldn't that just make him first mate?
I am not well traveled among the sea or the skies. I'm not going to try and pretend like I know how this is going to work.
Fair enough. I'm sorry for belaboring the point. You guys have given it a few upgrades since the last time I met with Captain Ungala.
Ah, yes.
He's picked out that you guys have cannons now. There's a large Mizium
Yep.
cannon at the front.
Could I roll to determine if he's trying to do some espionage?
Go ahead and roll me insight.
Also, when he looks at the Mizium cannon, Ziggy's probably mean mugging him. Just like really tough. Maybe the cannon, maybe his little cannon's pointing at him.
3.
3. Well, contesting roll. We'll see.
Just add 0.
He's very difficult to read.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. Alyssa's eye starts drifting off. Ah, just like its mother.
Oh, yeah. They were something, weren't they?
Yes, did not like them very much.
No, I didn't like them either. They tasted really good, though,
How you ate them?
so to speak. Flash him a smile.
You see, he immediately clocks the fangs and flashes you a bit of a snarl in response. Not aggressive, but
Yeah.
more just tit for tat.
Yep.
As you see, his mouth is also full of just giant teeth.
When he turns around, I go,
That's what Kex is into.
Well, I very much like what you've done with the place.
very homey.
Oh, he pokes his head down as he's kind of like traveling down towards the quarters for like food, things like that. You see the skeletons on board now start to just meander around. A few of them kind of just staring into the middle distance at nothing.
Yeah.
He pokes his head down. He sees all the kobolds running around. He goes, "Oh, you kept all of them."
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Well,
They are a fantastic crew.
Is Sail still disguised as like the...
yes.
Okay.
Sail is currently disguised as an old, leathery man.
They are a wonderful crew. Sometimes they can be a handful, but they have never let us down.
So yes, Fizzlefang is walking by. He clocks him and just... Oh, Fanglefang, or whatever your name was.
Fizzlefang.
Fizzlefang, sorry, my apologies. Good lizard. It's nice to see you again. All water under the bridge. We had a bit of a scuffle with the previous captain,
Ah,
hence my crew. So, but seeing as he's no longer here,
long gone. Many months ago.
and I'm assuming he looks down at Fizzlefang and goes, You all fare well? Missing a few people from you. It's like, well,
We chose when we battled not to harm a single one of them.
cannon fire is unpredictable at times. So,
I'm sure.
Tell me, regale me, in fact, in how you took down Captain Ungala.
I'll give him a brief summary that does not outline what any of us can do. So not like highlighting any skills that we have, just kind of a summary on how the defeat came about, but not what I can do, not what Styx can do, not even what Lolax could do, and definitely not what Sayo could do.
Lolax wasn't there for
I
that.
feel like Kex would probably talk about Styx fist fighting somebody.
Yes, I will
Also,
talk about that.
I'm surprised that none of them hold a grudge against me because I'm carrying their friend's backpack.
No, that's what I would.
He's still on board.
Didn't I kill him?
No,
No,
we didn't kill any of them.
you didn't wind up killing him.
I used spiritual weapon.
Oh yeah, shit, you're right. No, he is dead.
Never mind. Styx is the only one that killed one of them.
Yeah,
Who was that supposed to be?
He was not part of the senior crew.
Okay.
In my head, because he had lost, he stepped down from senior crew. But yeah, I think he might have killed. We need to go back and check the tape.
Because I'm pretty sure he had like dying words to me.
Yeah, I will.
Fuck you,
I will definitely highlight the fact that Styx tried to put the Dukes up with a kobold and lost.
No! The fuck? You're supposed to be like, yeah, he's our resident fist fighter. Fuck you, no! I wanted him to square up with me, and then I just fucking...
leave. You decided to leave.
You could have thought I was a
highlight
paladin.
that. Like, yeah, we had one that decided to get in a fight and lost.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that is
It
entertaining.
was silly. Neither of them were quite strong, so it's not more of who did the most damage. It's more of who got tired first.
So the lot of you were all fighting in one area, and he was just off to the side.
Yeah, it was really strange. He decided not to really help any of us, but it all worked out.
I need my beer now.
It was- where is the Styx?
I don't know. He was out exploring the city a little bit. Was interested in a few landmarks. Probably wanted to check out the architecture.
Such a small man may need to be careful in these parts.
I'm sure he'll be fine. He's beefed up quite a bit since the kobolds fight. Learned his lesson pretty quickly.
Well, that's nice. Hello, he says, kind of speaking up towards you, Alyssa, in the crow's nest. And Kip. It's nice to see you again.
Yep, it's okay. You don't have to reply.
I wasn't going to.
Did
Yeah.
see you beefed up.
Do you want to play a game?
Sure.
Okay. So
I said you beefed
I
up. some.
think I invented a really fun one. So you see, this is kind of like a chessboard. And I figure if you have these rocks and they have different weights, right?
Are you just talking about stones?
What?
Lodestones.
What's that?
I forgot Alyssa never played.
Nope.
It's a gnomish game. We actually have a board from when we stole the ship.
Can you teach me?
Sure, we need to go back down there.
McGuire, I have a mission for you.
McGuire's still with me, isn't
He is. He's been following you around.
I think I can summon him, can I?
You can.
I'm gonna send McGuire back up and then send him to go vacuum up a stones board and then bring it back up.
He does this.
he? I'm doing my best to entertain guests and sit down for dinner.
I would also like to have him invite any of the kobolds who are looking particularly uncomfortable to like kind of just, maybe not hang out with the.
Cool.
Yeah.
A few of them do wander back up with McGuire. That said, are you trying to show a position of strength or a position of weakness as you're discussing with him?
Not weakness.
All right, can you give me an intimidation check?
And then whenever Styx wanders back, just let me know.
Well, Wario is scared of women.
That was a good one.
Wah.
There's some pretty big muscles, and I have some really heavy.
21.
21. All right. You see, as he's looking around, looking at his skeletons, he just very politely sits down at the table.
I was like, I'm not trying to start anything, but it's like, don't either.
Yep.
Oh. Have a meal. Sayil invited you here without asking enough questions, clearly. And
Well, I'm also going to be picking up a bucket of astral water.
interesting. Yes.
Turns out it catches on fire.
Yes, it does. It's quite combustible.
Well. So, as the two of you continue bantering words, he's a very charming guest. As he's there, these skeletons, he keeps on the top deck, seemingly almost on purpose.
Yep.
Some of the kobolds do migrate up to the crow's nest, and it becomes almost an awkward sight as Styx, you eventually come back, and with your insanely high perception, even though you are drunk, you look up, and you see that they are playing lodestones, as a lot of them are just sitting on the masts and on the crossbars for the sails. There are a few skeletons kind of walking aimlessly around the ship. The Marinloth up top. There's no sign of Kex. And there seems to be the majority of the crew is currently missing.
Majority of what crew? The
Your
skeleton?
crew.
Okay. So I'm gonna go up to where they're playing lodestones. I'm gonna fly up.
Oh, hey, I was looking for you. Everybody said you went to the bar.
You can smell it on him.
Oh, I think you should cast like a restoration on yourself or something.
No, thanks. This is better for right now.
Oh, okay, that kind of day, huh?
I mean, I'm gonna look down at our ship with.
Yeah, I figured that one, like I know how you feel about the undead, so I was just like, I don't really want to hang around them if I don't have to.
Oh, I'll just kill them all if I want to.
Well, yeah, but I know that how you feel about it. So I brought all the kobolds up here. Apparently, the captain had some beef with them in a past life, and they really don't like each other. So I don't know why he's on the ship, but
Doesn't sound
we're
like
just
it.
we're just kind of passing the time at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like many people had much to say about it, but that's fine. How many skeletons are on the ship that I could see?
On board currently, there's 7.
Okay. Styx is trying to gauge how easy it would be to, because they're undead, correct? Styx is trying to gauge how easy it would be to take care of them with turn undead. Where is that?
Like destroy
Destroy
undead.
Destroy undead, yes.
Looking down at them, these skeletons have obviously been augmented a bit. You look around their joints and things like that, and you realize there's some like metals that have been fortifying them a little bit.
So they're not turn of the key
they have-
skeletons.
Correct. They do have scrap armor and things like that about them. They have swords, arms, that type of thing. But as far as power goes, they don't seem that powerful. They are kind of just milling about. They don't seem to be completing any complex tasks.
Okay. And then if I'm in the center of the ship, 30-foot radius, how far out does that go from the ship? I know that 60-foot radius covers everything, but Styx is just sizing everything up to make sure, because he's not in a great mood, and if things go wrong, he's going to turn them to dust.
Give me a moment. And you guys are.
I figured I would cover a good amount of the deck itself, and if it's a 30-foot sphere, I would also get below deck if I'm, but I don't know how that works. It doesn't say sphere. Oh, you can see as well.
That's about 30 feet right there. You basically encapsulate the entire thing.
Excellent. Okay.
Big AoE.
Cool. I'll I guess while we're up, and is there a game going on right now?
Yeah.
I'll be watching and remembering playing with Lolax and trying to remember the moves that Lolax did.
Sure.
Yeah, my head is cocked 90% of the time. You know, in dogs, when you like talk to them, they tilt their head like back and forth. I'm doing that while watching. I'm like,
I just imagine you had your neck twisted all the way around and just stayed there.
I'm like wringing out my neck. And then so Kex is down below. Is Alyssa and Kip and who else is the only ones that I can see?
Just a few of the regular crew,
Okay.
as well as Scuttlefoot.
Cool. Well, while this is all happening, I will interject and play some with
You're gonna play the Lolax Gambit?
some kawaii pop music over top, making a song. Yeah, and then I'll just wait my turn to play.
All right. Well, I will say, as the rest of this night goes on, Sayul does wind up producing this food and passing out these like guard drake pinwheels to the kobolds specifically. He's made you guys your specific meals that you normally enjoy. Kex, he's left you a raw pinwheel.
Fuck yeah.
It's basically sashimi. He like seared. That was it.
Even that's a little too much. For me and him.
Essence of heat towards it. It's like puts it by the grill. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
basically.
that's good enough.
I like the rice to be warm, but don't nothing else.
It's the LaCroix of meat.
And he serves up a dish for the captain. This dish being a little bit different, you can tell that he took a moment and like actually made him a specific meal that was not the pinwheels.
Yep.
That way he got another new taste while he was out here in the Shadowfell. But with your subtle show of force and him looking around, he has clocked that probably not the best time for him to start anything, if he was going to at all.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a like. Hey, I think you're gonna stir up shit. Just don't even think about it.
Then
If you could, with Sayul's assistance,
Yep.
you go and roll me a charisma check of your choice. Basically, what kind of footnote do you want to put on this night?
What kind of footnote? Can you kind of give me a little example of what those would look like? Because
Intimidation being don't come back around here again.
Okay.
Persuasion
What's
being
the undertone?
yeah,
Right,
exactly.
That's what I'm looking for, because I have a couple charisma stats that are high. I have a couple that are low,
Okay.
but like I
What would
want to make sure the
deception be?
that's like deception's
Yeah.
a really high one for me, but I don't know if that would translate well for this.
Right. Intimidation being don't come back around here again. We're gonna keep this to a one night thing.
Sure.
Deception. Like we have the Armada at a different location.
Deception being more I would leave that one a little bit more up to your interpretation as what you were trying to push forth.
Okay.
But persuasion, you're leaving the note on a good note.
Yep.
You had a great time with them. The meals was amazing. You enjoyed having their company.
So, can I display that same message, but make it deceiving? Like, because I'm not feeling that.
It's
The
like
rest of the crew is not feeling that. I don't want to leave it good.
But you do want to leave them with a good note.
Right. So it's like,
Then yes,
can I
100%.
use deception to
Yeah.
give the aura
Right,
of the persuasion answer, but I'm deceiving him in the fact that we
Just
don't
call
actually.
it what it is. Retail work.
I think I always imagine like the person who does something and then they like look away, but their eyes are looking at you still. They're like hard side.
Yeah.
I'm like,
All right. We're going to add to it.
No. It's totally fine. You can order the steak. We close in 5 minutes, but we like you.
no, it's totally fine. You came in 1 minute
26.
before we closed.
26.
26 deception check of.
They have a very good insight, but 26 does beat it.
Okay.
So, as you kind of, how are you buttering them up on their way out?
Just like kind of a like insinuating a like good thing you tried to pick a fight with that ship then, not now. Like, yeah, it's a very different ship now. You probably wouldn't even want it anymore. No, it's just not your taste.
Oh, it looks like a beautiful ship.
It's a beautiful vessel, but the crew's very important to us. They're like family, and don't like it when anybody bothers our family. And
We thought about renaming it the Olive
yeah,
Garden, but
just
He puts an arm around one of his skeletons, goes, I understand. This was my original crew.
yeah, and yeah,
I like to keep them around.
I can sympathize.
Well, thank you so much for entertaining us, and I hope you all had a wonderful night. He says up to the crow's nest, apparently oblivious to the mean evil stares he's been getting all night, or he might just like it that way.
That's fine.
And he goes, well, I will bid you all adieu. Thank you very much, he says, carrying a cask of the
Yep.
astral seawater with him.
Yep. I will walk him off of the ship and stand by the plank until every skeleton's off, and then after they have left, I'm gonna go sweep the ship.
All right.
Yeah.
Go and give me an investigation check. I need to change this dice.
No, please don't.
keep it.
22. 10 plus 12.
22. All right. As you start to sweep around, you do notice that something has been left behind. It is a small button that has like a dragon's head on it. It seems to be gold.
A small what?
Button, like a
Like a pin?
Like the
no.
guy that ages in reverse.
Benjamin Button.
Shut the fuck up.
Like a lapel button?
No, more like an actual jacket button.
Okay.
Like a navy jacket button that is popped off.
I wanted to make sure it was button and not button.
No.
Okay.
It has a bit of a dragon's head on it.
Where did he leave it?
It seems to be right on his seat.
Okay. I'm gonna bring that to... That's the only thing I find?
Yep.
I'm gonna bring it to Fizzlefang.
Fizzlefang kind of like looks at it, and you watch him put a little bit of a monocle in.
Would you know any meaning behind why he would leave this?
I have no idea why he would leave something like this.
I'm gonna link mine in Fizzlefang's brain.
No clue.
I'm gonna talk in his head. Like, Fizzlefang, you can... it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Calm down. Everybody, it's okay.
Oh,
Breathe.
Fizzlefang's one of the people that
breaths.
doesn't have the inner monologues.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths. It's me. It's okay. We're just gonna pretend like we're still talking. Why do you leave this here?
Oh, it listens.
Oh, great. We're gonna get rid of that. Do you want to keep it and do something with it, or do you want to get rid of it?
You got eyes on him?
Do I see him still?
If you were to go above deck, you might.
Yeah, I see him.
And the two of you walk up to above deck, and you just watch Fizzlefang go like, watch this. And you just see him from a distance. Ah!
Damn it. I wish that was me. I would have used thaumaturgy on it.
I'm just gonna chuckle.
And he spits it overboard.
I'm gonna give Fizzlefang a little pat on the back. Good job. I bet that felt good.
A little bit.
Sorry if any of that was uncomfortable tonight.
Oh, it was awful. The pinwheels were great.
Good. I sympathize being face to face with somebody you don't necessarily want to be around. So, I get it. I'm sorry you had to go with that. I wish Sayo maybe would have asked a little more information about him before he invited him on board. But it is what it is, and it seems like it went well, and we found that.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would say alert the crew to keep an eye out for anything else.
You got it, boss.
All right.
He's going to go scamper off and start filling in other people. He will eventually climb up to the crow's nest and be like, all clear, but keep your fucking eyes out.
And then I'm going to kind of like passive aggressively let Sail know, like, hey, kind of like the vibe I got and what I found. Like, next time, maybe not. I don't think a recipe's worth it.
With that, your skeleton crew has left, as well as their captain, onto their ship, and you see them start to
start drinking the water. Just like,
you see their ship actually start to pull away from port.
Anybody got a flaming arrow? I'm kidding.
07's in chat for them.
I'm kidding, unless.
Ziggy sends one firebolt over.
Sorry, I don't have that spell.
I know.
He was clutching his gun the entire time.
I do have magic missile. I don't know if that explodes though.
Nah,
It's not.
it's arcane instead of fire, I think.
Or stamina.
I bet an Izium cannon wouldn't matter. All right, but we dealt with it. It's all good. You can come down now.
During the time, who came away on top in stones?
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
You can't just bring up stones and expect us not to fucking want to win.
Kip did fairly well. Scuttlefoot did not. Go and roll me intelligence checks for those that would like to play. If you're proficient in stones, the game set, you may add your proficiency modifier.
Am I proficient in that? Okay.
Alyssa's never played stones.
What about sticks?
Well, she has the tool thing. So was
That
it?
does not count towards
Okay, cool.
something like this.
What about sticks?
I don't think.
Hasn't played enough.
Yeah, Lolax spent a lot of time. Lolax became proficient.
Okay, that's 15 on the die for a 14. Just let me use wisdom.
So I rolled a 2, and I kept rolling 3 more times. I got a 1, I got a 6, I got a 4, and a 3. So no.
All right. This game seems esoteric and weird to you, though you are very much intrigued with how like the base enchantment of it works as the stones float and do all those types of things. It is a kind of engineering marvel that they have managed to basically slot in thaumaturgy and prestidigitation in such a way that it makes things float and interact.
Alyssa loves the tech but hates the game. Lilax hated the tech but loves the game.
I'm looking at Alyssa eyeing this board, and I'm gonna be like, okay, this one is sentimental. You can't tear it apart.
What?
No.
What are you talking about?
No.
I can disenchant this. I can get so much out of it.
This has been with us since the beginning of this ship. Before the ship.
What?
No. Was that this? I thought the stones board was left with a gnome.
It's just the board. I'll replace it.
Is it the same Stones board?
That was on the Sunset Squall?
Yeah.
No. But this was a stone
that was
board.
Quills.
This one's sentimental for the kobolds.
This is still on track for Sticks being drunk. So
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
we've had this since the beginning. You can't tear it apart.
What are you talking? It's just a stones board. Like we can just buy another one in port. What's the
Listen,
difference?
just because you lost.
Okay, I don't want to hear it from you. This is the first time. All right.
Yeah, I know. You're learning, but just because you lost doesn't mean you got to tear it apart. I got a
How am I going to know how it works?
24.
Oh, I got a 4. So
I got an 18 on the die. Kip has a +1 and then a plus. Oh, wait. I can do math so great. Don't mind me.
thank
got
God you're at the
21.
fucking helm of
Yeah.
the ship.
Still. I don't think anybody's beating that.
Fucking kobolds went into the library and made a bargain for stones knowledge.
That's what they.
Don't do it, Andrew. Don't do it, Andrew.
Maybe.
That's what they gave all their trinkets and knickknacks away for. Foxes.
Those fucking
The
foxes.
foxes gave them a crash course on how to win stones. They gave them all the moves.
Those sly foxes.
But with that, you all are back on board. What would you all like to do? There's still a bit more time to kill, but only a couple hours before you're back on the Astral Sea.
So Sail and Kex are pretty fresh, correct?
I would say at this point in time, because you guys spent a whole day on the Astral Sea, everybody would have gotten the rest that they needed and kind of recentered themselves.
probably just be like hanging out, like trying to keep the crew's morale up. I'm realizing how important they are to make sure we don't die.
Yes. Styx would have also made a point to be like, what the fuck, Sail? But Kolby's not here, so he's just gonna leave it at the what the fuck, Sail? Sail will be like, yeah, sorry. And then it'll be like, okay, just don't involve me with things coming to dealing with the undead, and please don't let them on the ship. And then that'll be it.
All right.
What time is it? Like,
Dark.
Oh yeah, I love. Oh, what time is it? Dark o'clock.
No, that is the answer.
Twilight.
Oh, and
Not even.
It is perpetual darkness.
so I'll mention to everybody, like, okay, yeah. So I went to the glass thing. Won't go into too much detail right now, but above the glass, that abomination of a building, which is really cool, by the way. You can see the sky. Like, there's actually the sky.
I just don't know why they would manufacture out of glass. It seems like you would break it accidentally.
Yeah. You haven't gotten this hammered, I don't think, ever, Styx. Is everything all right?
I was very upset, and now I feel better. As I'm still sipping on a
I was gonna
drink.
say, did anything happen at all while you were gone?
We'll talk about that later. But
Excuse me?
What?
I'm very tired.
Let him have a night. He's drunk.
Yeah, I'll talk about it when I sober up.
We get to ask him drunk Styx questions. Do you know how rare this is?
It's just concerning that, hey, did anything happen? We'll talk about that later.
Well, yeah, but like I go out for like a glass of milk every like 2 o'clock.
but
You know, but like
Oh, speaking of milk. Okay, so the lady in the church, it's a church. Crazy. Big. It's really cool.
milk.
Should go in there. Don't go in there. It's a bad idea. I gave her something as a gift, which is why I didn't die. So I'm going to rummage through my bag and I'm going to be like, I forgot I had this. And it's a vial of Hydra blood. I'm going to be like, did you drink this?
No,
Why not?
because I was busy trying to keep the Hydra off of everybody and I didn't get a chance to bite it.
Yeah, but you like ate the dragon, dude.
Yeah,
This
because I
is
was
better.
fighting him. Okay.
I'm going to hand it to you. I'll be like, drink it.
I think you're gonna get like spider powers or something.
What if you grew another head?
How much?
Oh my god, that would be so cool.
Okay, I'm gonna like put down a silver and I'm gonna be like, okay, I think he's gonna grow another head.
I think you need to triple that, and I'll say that he won't grow another head.
Okay, so you're putting in 3 silver?
I'll put in 3 silver saying that he doesn't grow an extra head.
Kip,
Yeah.
you have bets?
Uh,
It's Hydra blood. Oh, sorry.
Kip's gonna walk up. Come here.
Yeah.
Come here. You get down on their level. They're gonna be like, all right, don't bite me. As they grab your lips and. I think he's gonna get scales.
That was oddly sensual, Kip.
How much is in this vial?
You're holding like,
Like
what
that
is the
much?
size? Yeah.
How is this all you have?
I have a couple more. I gave one to.
Don't get
the-
greedy.
I'm
Preach
just
it.
saying that when any times I've gotten something from something that I've drank, it wasn't a small amount. That is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but this is like next level.
Yes, and I also drank an entire half dragon and didn't get anything.
You fucking drank that much?
You
It
were-
was awful to watch,
you were-
but it was like
I'm
I
really-
hated him.
I'm really glad. I'm gonna like lean back. I'm gonna take the backpack off and I'm gonna lean up against it. I'm gonna be like, I'm really glad I was doing other stuff.
We weren't.
Yeah.
All right. I is this just the thing now? Is this what we're gonna do? Is we're just gonna hand me?
Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink
All right.
it, drink
Chug.
it.
I'm gonna do
Chug.
like open, sniff. How's it smell?
It smells almost spiced.
Okay. So that lines up with the dragon I've had
Mhm.
before. But this was kind of a weird
If it changes,
creature.
if it changes anything, it was very rare quality.
This was a weird creature that was in a Fey area. Do I get any kind of Since I
It was not Fey at that time. It became Fey
okay.
after it was rechristened.
I
It
was curious if I
rule.
was gonna get a weird mix of like the dragon spice with the Saiyul.
No, it's more like dragon spice with hints of earthy tones.
Ooh.
Yeah, all right. God damn it, guys. All right, I'm gonna.
All right,
Knock it
you
back.
knock it back.
Shit. Is this the thing now? Is I'm just gonna be like a fucking Pokemon you're trying to evolve, like I'm an Eevee?
What do you normally gain from when biting somebody?
I can do one of two things when I bite. I can either drain a number of hit points and heal based on the amount of damage I do, or I can get advantage. The other time, the time I have actually gained an ability was when I killed the fake Olaf,
Mm-hmm.
drank from them, and I got the mind reading stuff.
Yep, 100%.
So it's,
all right.
there's been semi like permanent stuff and non-permanent stuff.
I know why the Olaf stuff worked.
Okay.
So I was more asking about the actual ability itself because that's not normally what happens. The Olaf stuff, right?
Yep.
In that case, can you go ahead and roll me 2d8?
2d8.
Multiply that by 10. That's how much damage you take.
7.
Okay.
8.
For the next 24 hours, you have 15 temporary HP.
Oh. Okay.
Damn.
As you knock back, you feel a lot more invigorated.
Does he have scales or a Hydra head?
Neither.
I'm gonna. Okay, so
Interesting.
that's the last time I
I feel very
We should get you drunk more often, Sticks. I need some money.
healthy. Is there any kind of thing that I can summarize that would anything change permanently or not if I drank more?
I thought you drank all of it.
I drank. He has more blood.
Oh.
Is why I'm asking.
There's no real resonance. Like when you ate the doppelganger,
Yeah.
right? That seemed to resonate in more than one way with your body.
It's stuck.
Yeah, it seemed to stick around. This doesn't itch the same scratch.
Okay. So it does something, but it doesn't stick. It's not.
Scratch the same itch.
It's not mixable, so to speak.
Mm.
Okay. So, yeah. Just be like, huh. I feel great.
So you're saying that that's like you drink that instead of a potion. Economy. Blood's just everywhere.
Not magic blood. Trust me, I've tried.
Yeah, but you need like
Gallons.
Liters. Yeah.
yeah, like we already thought about, hey, maybe he has enough blood. Maybe he's like a blood bank, but no.
I mean, I would.
I feel like if we drained him of his blood, he would just be like, need more blood. I don't even. How much blood do you drink?
How much food do you eat in a day?
Like, I thought the same amount as you. Does that do nothing for you?
I wouldn't say it does nothing for me, but I wouldn't be able to sustain myself on food alone. Think of it more as a meal of blood.
Are you just like snacking on people as we go? Is that why you're an adventurer?
No,
Huh. Okay.
it's more of a happy circumstance.
Yeah. Why are you an adventurer though? I don't think I've asked you that.
I wasn't.
What? What do you? You're with the broken wings.
Mm-hmm.
He's a government psyop.
What?
Remember all the court stuff, right?
Well, I kind of zoned out during most of it.
Oh, wait, you weren't there for Brenton.
Yeah, I know that name. Apparently, it's one that I should never say out loud.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's kind of like cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does, I don't think it.
Thanks.
I was part of the group investigating the broken wings and what happened on the night that Bobo was killed and Thak disappeared.
So,
And I was told after trying to help them find Bastion that it would be good for me to travel with them. And the arrangement has become permanent now.
but I thought you were a double agent. So are you like betraying the government to work with us?
No. I was betraying the government to a different part of the government.
Okay.
Real quick, while this is happening, Kex mentioned Bastion, and Styx is like, "Ah, shit, I haven't checked in with that kid. He's gonna do sending on Bastion.
While you're drunk.
Yeah, it's gonna literally start with, "Hey kid, are you still good? Where are you guys at?"
Is that it?
Yep, that's it. Last time, I don't even think he responded.
He didn't. You felt it land, but it didn't.
Sending
Take.
transplant plates.
There's a 5% chance it doesn't work. So, all right, you're good. It sends. You feel it land, and after a moment or two, hi, Styx. I'm fine. Missing Thack a lot. Thanks for that.
Styx is actually doing this.
See you soon.
Guys gotta remember, Thack is dad. That's all he had.
All right.
Whether he was good or not, that's all he had.
So while you guys are bantering, you see Styx like emote a little bit, and then
I'm not gonna pay him. He's drunk.
salute, and then I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck does that mean?"
You want to tell us what you know about earlier, or are you still too drunk for that?
Okay, I'm gonna roll for if Styx is gonna piece this together. What would this be? Piecing together first message and second message.
Insight?
Oh,
Disadvantage?
I would say flat because you're
Let's use restoration on yourself first.
Don't have it. Not prepared. Whatever. I rolled in that one. I mean, it's a 9. You think that would change? It's still below 10.
he doesn't sound super happy.
No shit.
That's about what you get from that.
None of you met that kid, right?
Yeah, no. I probably know of him, and I've seen him.
Sail said that he was a werewolf.
Yeah. He kind of just disappeared. Wait.
You guys know werewolves?
I don't, but apparently
He's
like
a little bit
the
more-
group does. So
Yeah,
A little smokier, like
I have
tarred.
some relations.
what?
Well, you're gonna turn into a
Werecat?
werewolf?
No.
Just
You're already a
wondering.
vampire.
You saw my father.
What?
We talked.
Wait,
to my mother
I turned away
about
for
it.
5 seconds and like, how do you know his dad?
We talked.
What did you
to
do
my
to him?
mother about it.
Oh shit. He wasn't the smoky kind though, was he?
No, different part of the world.
What? There's like
Wait, so you-
regional variants? What the?
Your dad's a werewolf?
Not exactly. Close.
Yeah, does
close.
that
The
make
more
him
I
a-
learn about this group, the more
that
it just
make him a
seems kind of
furry?
crazy that like this all happened. All right.
Okay, so
Welcome for the ride.
Yeah. no-
Are you really saying that while we're sitting on a ship with a demon thing as the captain in the Shadowfell?
If it makes you any better, if it makes you feel any
Point
better,
taken.
he has cat eyes.
Your dad does?
you're part cat, dog, and vampire?
Well, like, if it makes you feel better, you can call me daddy.
Has he got that
No, no.
dog in him?
Huh?
I said if it makes you feel better, you can call me daddy.
No.
Okay, daddy.
Thanks.
You have a dad. It's like we're here saving him.
Why can't I have more than one?
Anyway,
That's not how dads work.
What were we talking about?
What?
What? I forgot.
I think Alyssa was asking why I'm here.
It's the dads you learn along the way.
I was
No,
just-
she was asking about how much blood I need.
Well, I was trying to figure out, like, okay, here's the thing. So I like doing optimization. So I was trying to think, how many, like, blood banks do I need underground in order to keep you satisfied?
Not as many as you'd think, but more than what would be humane.
It depends on how big of a thing we kill.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, maybe you and I could team up and we could figure out a way to make, like, a little blood bank, you know?
It's here, think about it this way. When I killed the half dragon, I'm fairly certain there was not much blood left in it when I was done. And I was good for about the rest of the time we got back to Guild's Row.
I'm gonna.
So does it like make you drunk?
Can I
No.
inspect the vial
This
that's
does.
now empty?
What are you inspecting it for?
I want to see the approximate size and like the amount of blood that was in there. Try to get like the volume, and then I'm gonna start like.
Sure.
The way I've framed it out is that vial of blood. I wouldn't need to drink any more blood for the rest of the day, but I would need to drink more the next day.
I only got like 5 left. Oh, speaking of, I'm gonna pour some into the alchemy backpack.
Okay.
So the bigger thing that I can kill, and
You adding anything to it, or are you just distilling Hydra blood?
I'm gonna look through my
Oh,
backpack
good idea. Concentrate.
to see. I'm gonna put it. Oh no, I don't.
the bigger thing I can kill and the more blood I get out during a combat, the longer I'm okay for.
So what if you like? Okay, I'm not saying you should, but like, what if you drank Niv-Mizzet?
Hey,
No, but what what would happen?
well, the Hydra blood didn't do anything to him. Why would the fucking?
Well, he seems
Why wouldn't
he
Niv-Mizzet
seems
do
more
anything?
like Pepper.
It
I
did
don't know.
something, but it's not gonna. I don't feel like it's gonna stick.
Why don't we just ask
feel
him this
like
when
I
we
can-
save him?
I feel like I could take a harder hit right now.
What if that could be our reward?
They punch you in the shin. How'd that feel? Want to go again?
No, the last person that did. No, never mind. They didn't lose.
Well, all right. Oh, by the way, I heard that like we should start some like martial arts classes for y'all, just to like keep you entertained for like the next couple of days.
I can do that.
Yeah. How would you rate your physical combat prowess?
Based on their friend, low.
You want to fucking duke it out?
Oh, he's drunk.
Come on,
He's
come
drunk.
on, put him up,
Oh,
put him up.
All right, I'm gonna drop my mace. I'm going to grab my holy symbol and use it as a fist packer.
All right. I need to pull up Kip.
Let's go.
He's had a day.
clearly.
Strength. It's a 0. That's better than my intelligence.
Tracks.
All right.
Unarmed strike, I'm assuming, is what
Yep.
I'm going to be looking for.
I don't think you get a plus to anything on that.
A +4.
Oh, did you want your shield, by the way?
Huh?
Your shield.
I already have one.
Best friend forever. Best friend forever. Shield.
Well, I finished making the one you commissioned, but that's fine too.
Oh. We could have said that.
I was gonna give it to you.
Kip's gonna put their hands up. They're like, "All right, you ready to go? You ready to go? Roll me initiative."
Okay, initiative. I get advantage. 13.
All right. What's your dexterity? You both got a 13.
Probably not more than one.
+1.
All right. They beat you.
Fuck.
So they're going to immediately lash out, boom, hit you once, like right in the kidney. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
All right. Second attack, boom, they're going to try again. 16 hit?
Nope. Seeing that,
Bonus action.
Do you have your shield equipped?
yeah, I was about to say, seeing that he's not able to hit me, I'm going to drop my shield.
Okay. Bonus action. They're going to spend a key point. Bop, bop, flurry of blows.
Of course, I'm going to duke it out with a monk.
19 on the die.
Yeah, that hits.
And second attack, 17 on the die.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. They're going to deal a total of 11 points of bludgeoning damage. You see, they bing, bing, and you drop the shield. They immediately, boom, they kick you in the inside of your knee, dropping you a little bit, and then just followed up with an elbow straight to the beak, right where it connects with your face.
Oh, sticks. Uppercut. Use the
Can you
uppercut.
give me a con saving throw?
Oh no, you're getting fucking stunning striked.
Let's see. Con save.
Aren't you
I do.
disadvantage because you're drunk?
No.
Damn.
Ability check.
That was a nat 1.
You're stunned, dude.
Excellent.
You feel your body kind of like rock up. You can't quite stand back up after getting hit like that. They immediately just push you over.
I think he wins.
You done?
Am I out of stun?
Yeah. They forego their next turn.
They're giving you an
I'm going to pull a Naruto Sasuke where I, as he's like looking down at me, I'm gonna try. Can I do called shot with?
Of course you can.
I want to do a called shot. I want to uppercut him just straight on the chin.
All right, it's gonna be disadvantaged, but 100% you can make a called shot. I'll say if this is if this works, I'll give them a saving throw, and if they fail, they're going to get knocked prone.
8.
It completely misses as they just manage to bob and weave.
I want to use my heroic inspiration.
This is what you use? Oh my god.
You're such a
So do I just
meme.
replace the lowest roll
Just roll again.
for both?
Yeah.
You're such a meme.
Come on. Hey.
This is not the drink.
He also is a
behavior.
monk. Fuck! 7.
You swing, boom, they manage to just dodge out of the way again.
I didn't hear no bell.
Not behavior of the man who would be called the drink.
Yeah, it's the judge, bitch.
All right. Gonna bring it to their. That'll miss. They missed last time. And that'll miss. They just miss.
Okay. Do I have anything that wouldn't be considered cheating?
No. Well,
Put a spiritual weapon.
Flame strike.
I do have blight ready.
If you kill one of the kobolds, I'm killing you.
I mean,
That kills me.
you could harm him. That would bring him down to 1 HP always.
I can't. No, I'm not gonna.
You're really gonna cheat in a second fist fight with a kobold?
If I had a nickel for every time.
This time you don't have the excuse of nobody seeing. We're all watching right now.
That's why he used the heroic inspiration. This matters a lot.
This is for his pride.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have much left if he wins.
What are we doing here, Sticks?
Unarmed strike is strength.
Yep.
What level is enhance ability? 4.
Enhanced ability, I think is.
It's like second or third. I think it's second.
It's the end of the night, right?
No.
No.
You just asked, oh, are we all fresh? And we said, yep. We're about to. ship
Whatever.
out
I'm
in 2
just
hours.
swinging.
Okay.
17.
That will hit.
Excellent.
1
1 damage.
You, boom, you finally get one punch across. They just. They're going to get a running start, jump both legs. They're going to try and drop kick you. This is going to be a called shot on their end.
Excellent.
They're trying to basically kick you into the water. Off the boat into the water.
Wait, there's water?
Yeah.
You guys are in a port.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were like a sky ship.
No, there's water in the Shadowfell.
Okay.
We're Skyship, but when the Marinwolf took over.
Not 20.
They miss you by a mile as you duck. Natural one on their part. And you just hear clunk as they sail by. And then, oh, fuck.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna run and I'm gonna fly down and like grab him by the shoulders and then pull him up.
Waterboard him.
Say mercy, dunk. And as I'm pulling him up, I'm gonna be like, okay, it's a draw.
Nobody, as they're getting flown up, they're pointing at the other kobolds. Nobody say a fucking thing.
You guys are idiots.
It's a draw.
You guys.
They will go to shake your hand.
You guys are both dumb.
Oh, that was so
It was fun to
great.
watch.
That was so great.
I'm rusty, okay? I haven't gotten to box anybody.
Sticks, why did you... What was that for?
Because it was fun.
What about it was fun?
The fact that I regained the tiniest bit of my dignity. You guys give me so much shit for the one time that you didn't even see. You don't know what happened.
Well, I wasn't a part of the. Okay.
You
whatever,
landed
yeah.
one punch. I don't think this is gaining any dignity back, and you picked a fight with somebody smaller than you.
Okay, I didn't realize he fucking...
size.
I didn't fucking realize
be
he had
fair-
hands like that.
To be fair, he didn't use a weapon, and he has feathers. All right, that's gonna soften any blow.
No, that shit hurt.
What?
That shit fucking hurt. You fucking see him clock me?
No, when you punched.
Oh, no, I don't have feathers on my... I'm gonna hold my hand down.
Wait, you don't have feathers on your.
My wings are separate.
Yeah. His wings aren't his arms.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
My wings usually are tucked back behind my cloak, and then I still have my hands.
Do you just like have little human hands?
No, they're kind of like talons. Like,
Okay, all
like
right.
bird feet.
Okay.
You just got your mind blown, like when I finally learned that Sayo wasn't a halfling.
Anyways, when I'm done with that, I'm also going to pour in a vial of the dragon orchid extract, and I want to put some of the incense in it. I'm trying to make the drink.
Sticks drunk concoction.
I'm making prison wine or something.
Backpack's gonna explode.
All right, you pour all these various fluids that you have, and then you even take some incense, break it up, and push it in there. Are you using the incense that was just given to you by Sawat?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. You break off some of that, put that in there. As the dragon orchid and the hydra blood were mixing, that seemed to be doing fairly well. You put in the incense, and there's just a black smoke that starts to come out of this backpack. But then it eventually goes away, and it sounds like it's percolating fine.
Just gonna let that simmer for a bit.
Go get some water, Sticks.
No.
You have
Okay, bud. Let's go get you some water. And
No. I'm gonna fly above everybody.
stuff that we need to know, and
what are you talking about?
he said that something happened, and he will tell us later.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, I talked to Bastion. He said he'll see us later.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, we're friends. That's what friends do. Go say hi.
What did he say?
Just Mrs. Stack. Said he'd see us later.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what he said.
I think so.
He said he'll see us later.
Something like that.
And we're the ones responsible for essentially killing his adopted father, and he's been in the clutches of a Nagpa.
No, we
For-
didn't. He earned it, and big fucking hierarch did it.
That doesn't mean he sees it that way.
Oh, maybe we can ask him when we see him.
We'll kill him too.
I don't.
Wow.
If they want to throw hands,
Sticks,
hands will be
for the
thrown.
love of God, go sober up.
No. As I'm thinking about if I should tell them about the other message. Okay, how about this? Play me a game of stones, and then I'll tell you.
Sure.
Playing stones.
Okay. I have not played once,
Yo,
but I've watched all the games.
I'm going to say you're not proficient,
No.
but it is definitely an intelligence-based skill.
Yep.
So
I think this is divine intervention in itself because I just got a natural one. God damn it! Rolling that one.
That's a 15 plus 4. So 19.
As you guys sit down to play Sticks, you regularly forget that sometimes there is a load limit. And as you go to stack up your stones together to make bigger pieces, they start to sink. So you accidentally crash your own stones.
So about that message.
I swear to God, I was gonna beat you. Oh man,
It was really close.
Do you want to play one more game, Sticks?
no. I'm gonna get Sail up so I can talk with everybody.
Sorry, that was a really good Kolby impression.
Thank you.
Okay, so at the bar, got a message.
Okay. The last time that happened, that was
Horrible. Yeah.
horrible.
This might be slightly better or worse, depending on how you want to put your spin on it. But Lolax messaged me. We're going to see them soon.
Wonderful. Why?
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
It's okay. It'll be less
Why?
casual than that, probably.
Why?
I'm going to look around, make sure nobody's watching, listening.
There's an entire crew of kobolds that were up here for the initial fight, and then the stones.
Yeah, but
They're all watching you. You see the Marinloth has actually stood up and is kind of leaning on the railing.
okay, well, wait. Would the Marinolf care about this information?
No.
They're probably at the pillar.
What was the message exactly, Sticks?
Let me roll for how much I retained. Not well. Everybody's in danger. See you soon. Hugs and kisses, something like that. I don't know.
I need to check Sayul's spell list.
Oh, are you gonna try and fucking restoration me? Don't you fucking dare, Sail. Touch me, and I'll fight you too.
I think I have it.
It would need to be lesser restoration, at minimum.
She definitely doesn't have greater. Please.
I have lesser restoration.
I'm looking at both of them eyeing me. Don't fucking do it. Let me ride this out.
This seems important.
I'm saying what they said. They
No,
reached
you're
out.
not.
They said we're all in danger. And they said that they'll see us soon. And then I messaged back. I was like, yeah, we'll just call your name when we need you. They're going to betray the people or something.
Yeah, see, Sticks, we need to know what happened word for word.
That was basically it.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
and
it
you and
was.
me both know that's
It
not.
basically
We
was.
both know that that's not how either of them talk.
Well, I mean, like, he's just like, you know, human and Alan.
If the friend that we had,
Protection from poison.
yes,
They're going to strum on the loot of the tides and use protection from poison.
as soon as you get to get drunk again, I don't see the problem.
I'm gonna
As
rub my
the-
brows. I really didn't want you to do that.
I promise I will give you the best liquor I have. And you can go sleep it off the entire trip until we get to our next stop.
I wasn't lying. That is what they said. They said that we're all in danger and that they will betray the people. I assume it's one of the figures that we saw at the pillar when I scryed on them. And now, with more information, Bastion might be another.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. You had Lolax message you and say, oh, we'll see you soon.
No, that was Bastion.
Bastion messaged you?
No, I messaged Bastion. Because his
See
name
why
was
I wanted
Bastion.
you to sober up. So Lolax messaged you
Yes.
and said, we're all in danger
Yes.
and we'll see you soon.
No. Yes, but it's implied. What was said exactly? I remember it was
You are killing me right now.
No, he did not say that we'll see you soon. I know Lolax did not say that. He said
No, but you've said that he said that during this drunken.
No, that's. I was talking about Bastion. I was talking about Bastion for that part.
It's hard to understand.
I know.
So,
Lolax basically said that they were going to be taken to the Pillar of Fire and used to. One.
I don't remember anything specifically about where and what they were doing. I remember the 25-word limit being everyone's in danger, something like that. And then
I mean, we could take a break.
I will betray them.
We could take a break real quick and we can
Listen
pull up
to
the VOD and then make sure that we get the wording exactly.
Sure. Let's go ahead and do that because it's past our break time anyways. So we'll do that very quickly. All right. We will see you guys in a little bit. Love you. Kisses. We got our first sponsor. We're super excited about it. Our music and audio is now brought to you by dSCRYB. If you're looking for just the right ambiance for your spooky dungeon crawl, check out dSCRYB's catalog of sound and music. If you're really looking to scare your players, then you can even use dSCRYB's narration tools as they perfectly describe the dungeon that you're about to enter. Now pass the threshold of the storied place and find yourself in the first chamber. A hallway rampant with junk. Any carvings, statues, gnarled sconces on the walls have been obscured by the considerable piles of old and broken equipment. Slashed leather, frayed ropes, dented helms, soiled bedrobes, discarded by adventurers past, perhaps dropped in favor of plunder found deeper within. A trail cuts through the dragon's hoard of debris to the door that will lead you further in. You glimpse a skeletal hand hanging out of one of the mound's fingers, extending spider-like toward the door as if eager for spoils that might be left within. And if that's not enough for you, you can have access to pre-made maps, soundscapes, and their Foundry module to fit exactly what you're looking for on the fly. If this sounds as cool to you as it does to us, because we're really going to be using this in the future, it's super awesome, then you can use code DUNDER to get a 30-day free trial. That's code DUNDER at checkout. Links below. Thanks for listening, and thank you, dSCRYB, for checking us out and sponsoring the show. Welcome back. Before we left off, our intrepid adventurers got drunk. One of them got drunk. Almost created a revenant, as somebody who had died recently passed on, and then he was just like, yeah, don't talk to me, this arbiter of death. Go talk to that arbiter of death instead.
Somebody else's problem now.
It made them somebody else's problem.
I learned a lot, though.
You sure did.
You would have been the biggest hypocrite ever if you made a revenant.
That would have been fucking hilarious, though. That said, you then started making your way back to the Crimson Scourge that you had left behind with a little bit of new information and wanted to go discuss with your friends. But between there and the ship, you seemingly forgot. On the ship, you guys had a dinner date with one Captain Maxilla.
Some would say
that was not the original name. I forgot the original name because I'm a piece of shit. But it was a blind dinner date. You guys were not expecting it. The only person who knew about it is Sail, and Sail was preoccupied at the kitchen. Cough, cough, Kolby's not here. So with that, you guys learned that Captain Maxilla, back when they were still on the material plane, at one point in time, had run into Captain Ungala, who was the original captain of the ship that you guys defeated and killed in the Mississippi. And that's how you got...
Sorry. You sucked.
That's how you claimed ownership of the Crimson Scourge in the first place. So your kobold crew, who you've kept on, was just like, oh, no, not that guy. That guy sucks. And you guys were like, okay. Gave him a tour around the ship, basically showing him that we got bigger guns than you. We have a cannon. We have an undead guy as the captain. You're not going to beat us if you even try. And just showing the general strength of you guys as a crew. Taking that to heart, nothing happened. You guys parted and were left unaccosted. By that point in time, Styx had come back and was discussing some things that he had heard. Namely that when during conversation he heard Bastion's name was brought up, so he checked in with Bastion, who sounded not too pleased with you all. He had also heard from Lolax while he was at the bar, telling him that basically he was supposed to be in charge of absorbing Niv Mizzet's power, and that he was willing to betray the Nagpas when you guys called on him. So with that, we're going to be coming back into the actual session itself as Styx, sobered up from Saeel's protection against poison, finally remembers what the fuck Lolax said.
Okay. We were sitting, discussing it. Everybody was like, "You're drunk." I was like, "No, I'm not." Anyways,
Certainly were.
so
You never
Lolax,
said you weren't drunk. You said you didn't want to not be drunk.
basically. Okay, so Lolax told us that we're all in danger and that they plan on using him for, against, something about Niv Mizzet. He didn't really specify. Obviously, there's not too much that can be said with what I gave him. And that he'll betray them when we come.
And what if that's not true?
I don't think he would have reached out to me.
Or he did on purpose?
Well, why did he leave? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
None of us really do.
Yeah.
oh,
He just decided to abandon us.
well,
Okay, abandon is a strong word.
and it doesn't
Is
sound
it?
like you could trust him.
Because that's exactly what I'm saying. Why would I believe that Lolax is going to help us? He's been with, essentially, now that we know our enemy for months now, and just
Well,
decided all of a sudden to message us and say, "Oh, hey, by the way, we're all going to be at the same place. You need help. Let me know." No.
Okay.
I don't buy it.
Kex, I understand that there are a lot of feelings with Lolax, but this could be a contingency plan. We don't have to work around it, but
does it matter if he's there? Couldn't
Lolax
couldn't we
can
just kill him too if we needed to?
if push comes to shove. But here's the thing. Like, Lolax didn't just leave just willy-nilly just because. There was a lot of stuff that built up to it. You know, Lolax was pretty unhappy. It's not just that they decided. It was probably the best thing for them at the time to just not be with us. It just happened to be they went to a very worst place, possibly.
They died?
No.
Death isn't bad, but no.
It sucks here.
Okay, this place is rough, but death isn't bad. It's just death is bad right now.
I'm not saying you will or won't do that to us. It's not a possibility that should be ruled out, and if you don't rule it out, you're a fool.
I'm not ruling it out, but I'm saying that just
All in,
if nothing else, this gave us a ton of information.
Nope.
The fact that Lolax is there, Bastion's probably there, Okef, and then one figure that we aren't sure. That's it.
I am just saying, when we go into this, please do not trust immediately.
No, but I told them we would call their name, and if we're in a pickle, or if we feel like it's a good time where they can catch them off guard, we'll call their name and see what happens from there. Maybe not bank on it.
I'll leave that one to you then.
I understand. It is a lot of stuff coming up at once, but
Well,
these are both people that I
is he
know.
is he still a part of the Broken Wings?
Legally, yes. I don't think we ever removed his name. Did we ever remove his name?
I don't know. I just joined. Like
I'm still technically not a part of it legally.
I'm not a part of it
Oh my
either,
God.
technically.
It's literally you and Saeel.
I think Hush is still part of it.
Yes.
I think we have paperwork. Well, I don't. Does that matter? Can we do the paperwork somewhere other
It
than
doesn't
Guildthrow?
really
Well,
matter,
right
no.
now everybody's banished except for me, so maybe I can do some paperwork when this
Oh
is all
shit!
over.
Does that mean I should tell Hush that he can't go back to Guildthrow? I think they're off in the Draco right
Yeah.
now or something.
Hush wasn't complicit in what happened. I don't think he'd be fine. But it would
Well-
probably be a good thing to warn him.
But if he's a part of the Broken Wings and the Broken Wings,
They weren't prosecuting the Broken Wings. They were prosecuting us as individuals. We just all seem to have been in the same group.
fair.
they would have brought Hush up in court if he was liable for what happened, and he was not.
I heard he did his own crimes.
Yep, he did do that.
Okay, so I'm confused. Are we going to kill Lolax? Are we going to help him because he's a former party member?
To be fair, Lolax reached out to us and seemed concerned for everybody. Maybe themselves, maybe for us, maybe for the people they were with. They said everybody was in danger. However, Bastion, pensive, very
Bastion probably wants to kill us.
Well, based off of what you've shared, it sounds like I think Bastion's kind of like okay, I guess that's on site, but maybe not on our part.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't try to help him. I think we definitely should. I don't think trying to kill him right away is the best move, but
I guess
I just don't know if this actually matters because like we're going there to free Niv Mizzet.
right.
So
well, it would matter because they're two of the 4 figures that we saw.
It matters.
Possibly.
It matters because they could be allies.
okay, well if they're allies, cool, but otherwise like we have everything.
Here's where I want to err on. I want to err on the side that Lolax is our friend, and I want to err on the side that Bastion is our enemy.
Well, is he? I think you said he wasn't even there yet.
Bastion said he would see us soon. Verbatim.
That doesn't mean that he's going to be there.
However, if Lolax is there, who is a sorcerer, isn't Bastion is a sorcerer as well.
No.
They could need sorcerer's blood, which tracks with literally everything that's come up to this point.
Well, there's also multiple pillars.
I think it is safe to say Lolax is going to be there. Keep an eye out for Bastion.
Okay,
If
question.
if we can spare the boy, I think that would be best.
The boy.
He is still a boy.
Oh no, it's just God of War.
Yeah.
Spare the boy.
Boy.
I look at him, boy. Here, I'm on your side again.
Boy. Intensified.
I have an idea. Okay.
So-
I think I tried this once before.
Okay.
I have a spell similar to what Sail does, and I've done it before in different ways. It's a more potent form of suggestion. It's called Gios, and I'm not trying to decide their mind, but if push comes to shove, maybe I can try on Bastion just to have him put everything in retrospect. Like, yes, maybe we haven't been the best to him, but we've never tried to harm him. And if anything, Thak probably did a number on Bastion's moral compass just doing what he did.
Unfortunately, when it comes to Bastion, there's only going to be blame on me and Alyssa. You two are the only ones that have.
What did I do?
We were part of the combat. We were part of the fight.
What fight?
Thak died in that fight above us.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that was
we weren't there.
We were still a part of it, and he is a young man. He is impressionable.
Is he part of the people who put me in prison? Because then I'll
No.
fucking end him.
No, he's not. My point.
he's Thak's son.
My point is, he's going to see this from one side. There's nothing that me and Alyssa can do to help him. That is going to be all you and Sail.
Yeah, I'm happy putting the ball in your court there. I just need to know if I'm punching Lolax in the face or not.
He might deserve that.
Whether he's our ally or not, I'm planning on doing that regardless.
Okay, one hit each though, unless we,
I actually have a reason to. So
I think we all have a reason to.
yeah, you want to make a line?
Can you say more about that?
He was my best friend, and he left me.
Okay, we'll
so
talk.
you have hurt feelings?
Yeah.
Why not
Okay,
re-embrace
okay.
them?
Let's rein it back a little bit. It's a little bit
Hold
more.
on, we're getting to the juicy stuff.
Yeah, but it might not be something he wants to talk about right now.
Do you want to talk about it right now?
No.
I guess you're right. Quick
The only
conversation.
reason we are talking about it is because he's involved.
Kex, I know that we tried to talk after we left Lolax, and I know that bringing this up is probably not fun. And I know that you want to err on the side of caution, but I want to err on the side that we have an ally. And if nothing else, I hope that they're trying to break the chains that might have been placed around their wrists unwillingly. They wanted to find a mentor. They wanted to find somebody that they could connect with in different ways. But I think
I'm not going to harm him the first time I see him, if that's what you're saying. But I don't trust him. And I don't know if I ever could again.
Can I
But-
roll insight?
If I get even the slightest hint that he is going to hurt any of us, I will put him down myself.
I'll help.
18.
All right.
Rolling insight on. On
In what sense?
Try to figure out what the relationship is from.
Yeah, so I don't know
Oh.
anything besides like it seems like there was some kind of like falling out, and then there was
mentioned it once before when you asked about Lolax, and it was also the same kind of evasive.
yeah. So it's obviously a touchy subject. You mentioned like connection in some format, and then Alyssa's like, "Wait, what does that mean? Like, what is going on right now?" And she's trying to like piece together, especially like the emotional state of Kex.
There were a couple, and they were in love.
Okay, so you rolled how much?
18.
What, are you trying deception or? Oh my god.
19.
Could I add some guidance and some blessed?
No. He's
Can I have some
difficult.
guidance?
Oh, what, hold on. What about Flash of Genius?
You could, technically.
Could you do it this late already?
When you fail a skill check or saving throw or attack, you get to use Flash of Genius. So she has failed.
I'm not going to do that to you.
Okay.
The nanobots pull up romance novels. Oh man, I really want Sail's input on this, but I feel like Sail is also just kind of flabbergasted at all this and just kind of sitting back.
Probably.
Like, oh my god. He's probably sitting in the back.
I think it is pretty safe to assume that Sail has always erred on the side that Lolax is still a friend.
Always. For sure.
Yeah.
He has never said any disparaging thing about Lolax, even after they had left.
And we've kind of figured out, like, oh yeah, maybe Okev wasn't the best person to leave Lolax
Okay.
with.
He did say to not fall in love.
And
That's true.
Kex is not sitting here saying that we should kill Lolax or that he hates him right now or anything. He's saying we should not trust him immediately.
Okay.
And that if he tries to hurt any of us, Kex will kill him without a second thought.
There's also the flip side. Instead of using Gios on Bastion, to have him try and put things into perspective on who has used him and who has been there to try and help him, whether or not we had the ability to. Lolax tried to help Bastion. I've tried reaching out to him. He had a shit hand dealt to him, as one may say, but have him putting things into perspective, or I can, if Lolax decides to intervene in the way that we hope he will not, I can make him not.
All I'll say with Bastion is you have tried. Understand that still might not be enough for him.
He has a lot of life ahead of him,
He does.
and the fact that everything happened around him in the way that it did is unfortunate, and I would like to give him another chance to forge his own path instead of being used.
I agree. But
Okay. Well, let's see how the dice fall, I guess.
yeah.
Roll some bones, maybe.
Marin loss. Is he starting to stir up?
Is that something
He's just been kind of like leaning on the edge of this, watching you guys. This conversation is happening in real time.
Yeah.
So he's not getting ready to ship out, but you know it should be coming fairly soon.
I want to go up to him, We're not ready yet. Like, we're not leaving.
Right. He's not working yet, if that's what you're asking.
Does he seem like he is getting ready, though? Like, he's active? Or is he still in, like, a meditative state?
He's watching you guys actively.
When we're talking about this, did anything pique his interest with my passive? Because I wouldn't be like,
What's your
actively
passive
focused.
insight?
23.
23. Give me a moment.
I just like, I obviously wouldn't be focusing on him, but like just in the periphery, if I said something specific about, you know, the pillars or Lolax or Bastion or Matron O'Keth, if we were talking about Cabas, if anything like changed his demeanor or made him perk up.
Just had a funny thought. What the fuck's AO gonna do?
He is not hiding that he finds this entire bickering amusing.
Like amusing in the sense that it's just funny that we're bickering.
Yeah. He's kind of sat up there a little bit smugly, smiling.
I'm gonna go down and just ask him, is your job complete when we get there?
Oh, most certainly.
So when we get there,
I do not fight.
We know, but you'll just go back to...
You've asked to go to the Pillar of Fire. And once you are there, my job is done.
When was the last time you did this for somebody? When was the last time you were called out to do a job similar to this?
A few hundred years ago.
Were you going to a pillar?
No. No. In fact, there was a motley band of tieflings that needed a rescue. My coin was tossed. I brought them aboard, and I got them to where they needed to go. My job was done. I left.
How often do you do this?
Believe it or not, getting a Wayfinder's coin, or a Wayfarer's coin, is a rare thing indeed. It normally entails a bargain of sorts with my keepers. They only issue so many of these out, so not too often. Though I do have other things that I do when I'm not taking rides.
What do you do when you're not on a job?
I sail the river Styx. So I thought it was so funny that you were on board.
You want to sail my river?
What's your relation to Kelmdor?
I have no love for him, by any means, if that's what you're asking. But he is a required portion of the wheel.
When this ship changed, did I notice that the wheel of the ship changed at all?
Much in the same way that everything else has, yeah.
Can I go up and look at it?
Sure. You take a look at it, and it is covered in what appears to like just this phosphorescent slime. You realize he's never actually touched this wheel once. He normally just points with his finger, moves around. He generally, not even in like an incantation the way you would do with your somatic components, right? Where you're doing like hand seals, things like that. He normally will just kind of like, oh, yes. Point in the, like, the sail will unfurl on its own. Things like that.
Something like a high level of somebody who's been doing this for a long time.
Very
knows
much so.
exactly what they're doing. Well, let me not ask you this of the captain or somebody that we've called for a job, but of a person What do you think about all of this? Obviously, you're indifferent to do your job. You bring us there, your job is done. You seem to listen to our conversations and find it amusing in one way or another, but
The quibbling of mortals is amusing, mainly due to its location.
could this not affect you if whatever's happening goes to plan?
Why would it affect me? I do not normally sail these waters. No, there is a head that will lead to the river Styx.
Everything's connected in one way or another.
Correct, but I will get souls one way or another. And in fact, if this is successful, just from what I've overheard, is the apparent plan. I do not understand all your ins and outs, but if what I understand is they are trying to augment the pillars of creation to make them a bit more fitting for those of my ilk, I see no issue with that. Why do you ask?
Being somebody who doesn't have these mortal material plane quarrels, it's just always good getting different viewpoints. Above table, Jeremy is forgetting the name of the god of the glass city,
Oh, Eberros.
Eberros. So I'm going to mention my god is different from Eberros. However, two of different faith could sit together and be civil enough to speak about things. And I also want to see if his demeanor changes when I talk about Eberros. I can roll active perception or insight if you want.
If you'd like. That's up to you.
Insight or perception?
Insight.
It would be a dirty 20.
Ooh, he's difficult to read, but you do beat him and pick this out. When you bring up Eberros, there's no, like, very large reaction, right? He's not like, or like hissing at it. But,
Like a small, like, almost
Eye twitch or something.
no. It is, the side of his mouth kind of curves up for a brief moment.
like a grin.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take that at face value. Eberros might be a little bit closer to this guy than Kelmvor. I'm just asking.
Oh, I'm happy to discuss. Please do not take my apathy for your faith to be a mark against you as a person.
The mark of my faith tends to follow me wherever I go around here, it seems like.
Most gods of death, and their priests by extension, have quite a bit of weight in the realms where the dead walk. And seeing as this is the first realm that they touch, of course you do.
How much incense do I have left from this priestess? Thought. I didn't get a specific gold amount or anything.
Yeah, it's because it was just a
Token more of.
yeah.
How about this? I won't even ask you what exactly. I want to give him the remainder of the incense that I have from her.
Sure.
And I'll tell him that this is a gift that I received from a priestess of Erebus, and that I feel like I'm not necessarily worthy of it, and I wanted to give it to him as, taking his grin, smirk, whatever it was at face value. Maybe he would find it more interesting, or
he'll take it and he'll nod to you and thanks. This will make my job a little bit easier when I'm not doing this.
Oh, so does it do anything with your job on the River Styx?
It will certainly help. The souls that are drowning in it tend to thrash and try and get away from me, as I'm the last leg of their journey. This will calm them, make them easier to apprehend. Not necessarily an evil, but rather an inevitability for them. So take heart that you are giving them a clear mind before they see what they have wrought.
It's like he gave him some calm emotions, basically.
It seems like he mostly deals with evil souls, or souls that are on their way to the bad side of the coin. I'll just bow to him and then head back to everybody else.
He'll give you a small bow in return.
Kex is just waiting to go.
All right.
Not happy with the news that he's received.
Hey, Kex, I know this is a bad time, but I still have your gift.
Would you like this one back? Pull the shield off of my back and
Sure, I'll try to repurpose it.
give it to one of the kobolds, maybe.
Can you make it an anti-kobold shield? I might need something.
We'll see what I can do some other time.
I'm going to look over at Kip and I'm going to be like, okay, next time we box, I swear to God, I'm going to land more than one punch on you.
Do you want to go below deck for a second?
Sure.
I'm going to go below deck with Kex, and I'm going to present him the shield. And I'm going to say, I can show you how it all works,
Please.
or I can let you have some time alone with it.
You can show me.
Are you sure?
Now I'm not, because you asked.
Well, I know that we had some disagreements on it, and I tried to incorporate what I thought were your happiest moments. And I'm realizing that might have some things associated with it. That's why I wanted to make sure that you were okay with that, because I don't want you to be alone if you don't want to, but I also want you to have the choice.
I forgot about that. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I would like to be alone. That's okay.
Okay. Well, here's your shield. I hope it serves you well. And I'm gonna go upstairs and let Cax have a moment with the shield if he wants.
And I will take my. Do I need to attune to this shield?
I don't believe so.
No. Okay. How straightforward is the construction of how this would work?
So it's to the exact specification that you wanted. The thing that is unique about it is that it is a repellent shield, which means that if you got struck in combat, you can have some additional effects. I think it's a reaction.
Okay.
That would move them 15 feet back away from you.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a get the fuck out of my face shield.
So I assume that you would probably just tell Kex what the triggering mechanism is to actually like.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And because it is magical, of your choosing, you can display like the image, which would have been the happiest moment that you described.
And Kex will activate the shield and look at it. And admire it, and then do the thing to make the happy moment appear.
All right. So you're given what is essentially a small wristband. You kind of slide it on, and you're pushed down on the mechanism and spirals on out. You look at it. You see, their brief moment, it is just this polished steel. You can see your own reflection. Then after a moment, the actual illusionary magic start to take effect and come to the surface. There's a thrumming that you can feel in the shield itself as the magic kicks on. What do you see when you look into the shield?
So how does this work? Like, give me a good theater of the mind so I can describe this accurately. Like, what is the quality of the picture that I'm looking at, and how is the art for it?
So there is a photo of Lolax, and there's a photo of you, and basically from the description you gave, it sounded like Lolax was like on a bed,
Yep.
doing his thing, and you were there. So it's like a little animation of what that might have looked like. The picture quality is that of an oil canvas.
Okay.
And it's animated. So imagine like a GIF of that. And yeah.
That's what I see then.
All right. You take a moment and you see Lolax's feet kicking back and forth. Him leaning on his elbows on a bed, looking at you. And for a brief moment, it seems almost like you were back there, back in that inn before you guys had left. Or while you were on the Mississippi, I should say. And then you realize that while beautifully made and beautifully done, there are still smudges where the paints are not quite right. And your analytical mind, you start to see what makes this art instead of reality.
Kex will take some time before it comes back up. Have a long moment by himself, both happy and sad, before he comes back. Almost kind of waiting for to feel the ship kick off, so he has an excuse to come back up.
Resurface? All right. And with that, unless there are any arguments.
Jesus Christ.
You guys will feel as all aboard that wish to stay on the ship. I recommend touching it for what we are about to do. If you fall off mid-transit, that is your own fault, not mine. As the ship starts to backpedal or back row itself out of port with oars that you cannot see. There is a brief moment where it pivots and you guys can see water start to get closer and closer to the ship as the ship goes for a brief moment underwater. You guys can feel it all around you, though you gain no buoyancy. The ship itself does not seem to be reacting to it, though you can still feel it. And as you start to go down, 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 the little bit of light that is available in the Shadowfell sky filtering down eventually goes out. And when you are in complete darkness, that is when you feel the ship transition from descending to ascending. As you out of the waters, you look around, you're back on the astral sea. The mercury-like waters around you. In the water, a little ways away from you, you guys see what two of you have seen before in Sail. In Sail, which is a Kendori. This massive whale-like creature. It is bigger than your ship. It seems to have golden moss cascading off of it as it swims through here. As you guys kind of come up and out, you see it and dips below the water.
As a fan of Treasure Planet, I've dreamed of this moment.
Andrew putting his whale watching skills to the test.
As it slips underneath the water, it leaves barely even a ripple behind. You're all in the astral sea. And unless there's any objections,
I would like to know the amount of hours that's passed. But otherwise, I'm good.
you will need to probably take a long rest here shortly, but you will still gain 16 hours worth of work on this trip.
Okay.
Is there anything anybody would like to do with your downtime?
Nothing in particular.
Play around with the alchemy backpack a little bit. But
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how's your goo?
probably not great.
Let me look up the alchemy backpack really quick.
I have it right here. So backpack and 4 charges worth of potions in a day. Common 1 charge, uncommon 2 charge, rare 3 charges, very rare 4 charges. 8 hours worth of brewing means 4 common potions take the same amount of time as 1 very rare potion.
Right, so you've put in 2 very rare
Vials.
vials as well as some incense.
Correct.
The dragon orchid
Hydra blood.
amplified draconic based things, and then you put hydra blood in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know what I want to give you. Give me 1 moment to find the particulars.
I would probably just be helping out the crew and helping them with the anti-magic metal and saying, like, listen, if you see a sorcerer looking dude and he's doing stuff, you can hit him with it.
What if we made shackles from it and tried to capture one of the Nagpos with it?
I don't think we have enough time to make.
We used to have shackles.
Who has them?
I wasn't. I
Who do you think has them?
gold was my thing, not the items.
The person who has the shackles is Lilac. I believe. I'd actually have to check his inventory.
There's the potion of
Dragon Ichor.
There's a specific one that I'm looking for.
Well, while you're looking for that, when Styx pulls it out, would I assume with my sober brain now that the incense like dulled the effects of mixing the hydra blood and the dragon orchid extract?
Are you trained in alchemical tools?
That would be under
It's an artisan's tools itself, so it'll be under other proficiencies.
just herbalism.
Just herbalism? All right, go and give me an herbalism check. I think that'll actually work for this as you're making a potion.
Alyssa's gonna see this and give you a flash of genius.
Oh, that's a nat 22.
Never mind.
Wait, make sure.
No, you said. You said.
I said if he needed it, I could choose. So.
That's a fuck you, not a fuck me. And that means that nat 20. So herbalism, I would assume, is medicine. Or sorry,
What type
What do I
of
add?
check? What type of check?
This would be intelligence,
intelligence. So
and then you can add your proficiency.
so -1 + 4, so 23.
23. That's plenty. The incense largely did not have an effect, though you'd think that if you're trying to give somebody who's undead, it may have an additional effect.
Okay.
But you essentially got out a major potion of regeneration.
Oh,
Damn.
it's pretty fucking good.
And if you're in-
Or actually, my apologies, you got a trollish regeneration.
oh, that's even better.
Let's go. You hear Styx muttering to
You
himself as he looks at this fucking vial. That's awesome. Okay. Cool. Additional effect with undead. Would I have any idea? I just know that it will do something extra with the undead because of the incense.
Yeah, it may take some trial.
And based on what the Marinlolf said, it might have like a calming effect. Okay. Cool.
Help me sleep.
I'm gonna pour it into your mouth when you're sleeping. It's gonna be the video of the guy with the mustard.
So that should be part of the SRD. So you should be able to find it in D&D Beyond, for the record.
Polish.
Just put a note on it that additional effect with undead.
Correct.
Add item. Potion.
Give me the chug jug, Jeremy.
Basically, if you
I don't see
when
it,
you
actually.
drink this effervescent pink liquid, your body's natural healing powers are radically accelerated. You regain hit points each round at the start of your turn for 1 minute. The number of hit points depends on the potion's rarity.
And it's very rare.
Correct. If you take acid or fire damage, you do not regenerate at the start of your turn. If you're reduced to 0 hit points, you do not regain hit points, but have advantage on death saves each round, unless you've taken acid or fire damage.
Acid and fire negates it.
Correct. Once you've drunk the potion of regeneration, if you drink another one before you complete a long rest, you gain 1 level of exhaustion. It does not tell me.
Pros and cons.
Oh, it doesn't tell me how many hit points you reach. Oh, there it goes.
I think a very rare is like a D4 plus something or D8.
There's potion of regeneration. Lame. Doesn't tell me.
I am also not
I'm
finding
going to go ahead and say that with a potion of trollish regeneration, you're going to go and gain 4d4
Each round.
each round.
Just real quick, it's not letting me add it. What do I need to?
Just look at potion of regeneration.
Didn't come up. I have a homebrew expanded rules. I have
Okay.
all of them.
I'll send you the link to it.
Okay, cool. Cool. And then I would want to do the same thing, except for without adding the what's it called? The incense.
You got it? I'll put it in the Queen's Rook chat.
You got it.
There we go. All right. So with that, you guys have sat down and created a potion. You have looked at your shield. You are doing work on
Stuff.
your gauntlets. There we go. I can do words so great. No? What are you working on?
So if I destroy my gauntlets right now, or the spell shield, then I can't like have any magic resistance for the fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose to help the kobolds.
Oh, that's what you're doing with your 16 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever Mr. Ziggy Star Smasher is going to come up with, I'm going to try to help him fight.
Okay.
He has most of the sapphire. I think it's like
Yeah.
900 or no.
I gave him
750.
everything except for one.
So 750 ish.
No, it's more than that. It was like 1,400 of, I think.
I thought it was
sapphire.
1,000 of sapphire.
It was like
It was
1500.
1500.
Yeah, 1500. So I saved 100 gold worth.
Okay, so 1400 worth of sapphire that he was trying to do something.
Yeah.
Specifically, try to increase the capacity of magic that can be held from the Mizium cannon. I don't know how any of this works.
Yep. I also said like I gave him a whole bunch of like weaponry that was Stygian iron, and I said if you want to put this at low lax, then you can do that. Wait for Kex's signal on that probably.
Would you be able to up the adding the sapphires? Would it potentially be able to up the potency of the lightning bolt?
Maybe up damage instead of capacity. I don't know.
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. If you want to start messing around with the Mizium cannon now, it will be down during the fight.
Okay.
Oh.
It's going to take them time to even figure out. There's a reason that they kept going like, we can make mortars maybe.
Because it would take a day kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's exactly the kind of expertise that I expect from my kobold crew, and I appreciate the recommendation. Then I might just have them be practicing like some maneuvers and things to like work as a crew, so that way maybe they can have some advantage or something in combat.
They already have that as part of being a crew.
Well, then I guess I will do nothing for 16 hours.
All right. Well, with that, then, you see Ziggy take some time and with advantage from Alyssa, can you go and give me a tinkering tools check, please?
What is tinkering tools? It's wisdom and intelligence and proficiency.
Yep. And he should have expertise as an artificer.
So double the proficiency.
Just for my own reminder, we're on day 2 of the 3-day journey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a 10 plus 3 plus 4, so 17.
17. All right. Go ahead and mark off 300 gold's worth of the sapphires, whoever's keeping track of that.
I can do that.
And he's going to make 3 Stygian iron mortars.
Ooh.
When he's done, he's going to carry them over to Alyssa. Hey, boss!
Holy shit.
Look at this bad boy. And I'm going to put it... Where's McGuire?
McGuire? Yeah. He's nearby.
I'm going to put it on McGuire.
You want him to eat it?
That's what you get, you dirty rat. Huh?
Do you want him to eat it?
Eat it? No. It might kill him.
Okay. That's a good point, actually.
Wait, no. Let him eat it.
No,
I want to see.
No.
McGuire, eat
out. Spit it out.
Eat it.
Spit it out.
Nummy.
Thank
Hot
you.
dogs. It looks like a hot dog.
Elizabeth.
Please go to the front of the ship and stand by.
They trundle on off as they walk by. An errant chainmail tail just hits.
I would
My
like
scale mail that's enchanted.
I would like for McGuire to either T-pose or do the Titanic pose.
That's the same thing. It's literally the same
I
thing.
would like McGuire to start singing How Far I'll Go.
How far I'll go.
Wrong.
But it's just like, it sounds like a dying bagpipe.
it's just...
Oh god, that really hurt. Actually.
Can imagine.
I'm going to plop all 3 of them down. All right. It's the stuff you gave me. It'll probably hurt a lot. I don't know how all this works. It wasn't fun working with.
Point those at the neck, puss.
Then the what?
Big bird.
Oh, like that guy?
Yeah, I just said anybody casting magic. So
Yeah. Remember... Okay. Big scary bird lady?
Yeah, she was nice.
Maybe not, but yeah, point about those.
It was like, I don't know, Southern Hospitality or something like that.
No.
Oh, really? No. So we shoot her? Yes. On site?
On signal.
On gun?
no,
Dead ass.
For real?
Okay.
Real?
You're getting a crock at your face.
I'm going to start putting the mortars by the cannon.
All right.
Prep.
You got it. With that all done, you guys prepare for re-entry.
Oh, fuck it. We have one more day, right?
Mhm.
This is conclusion of day 2 of travel.
Okay, I was like, there's no way, because like I was like, please give me a long rest. Six needs it.
As you guys start re-entering the astral waters, another whirlpool, you guys get pulled under. This time you do not land in the water. You do not resurface. Instead, you start falling from the sky. You fall from the sky, you feel immediately gravity start to take hold on you. It's almost like you're getting ripped away, but then these chains grab your ankles and start pulling you back down to the ship. As the ship starts to right itself under the new gravity, you see there is a massive forest of birch white trees that have no leaves. They're just bone white. And as they start to pull up, you guys start to clip the bottom or the tops of these trees, and you hear them breaking and snapping. They do not sound like bone. Sorry, they do not sound like wood, but they do sound like bone.
Lovely.
He pulls up and rewrites the ship. As far as you guys can see, there is just a forest of bone.
Well, we know we're back in the Shadowville.
Very much so. As you look up, the same purple and blue clouds fill the sky. Every once in a while,
How much farther does it seem compared to last time?
quite a bit further.
Might be a bit of a reach, but knowing the general direction of where we're going on the hemisphere, is there any kind of notable forest that I could try to make a history check on in the world that this could be mirroring?
Go ahead and make me a history check.
Oh, nice. 23.
23.
19 plus 4.
I allowed you to roll this to make a point. Even with your 23, with how confident you are in what you know of your hemisphere, this matches nothing. With how far south you guys have gone, or you presume that you would have gone, you are well past the Whispering Woods, which is the most southern tip of Altasia. Or of Veldan, I apologize. So you are in new lands that are unfamiliar to you.
The Dark Continent.
Yeah, shit's fucked. I don't know what this is.
Do the bones, the trees look like bones? Is it actually just bones?
You want to fly down and check it out?
Would I be able to do so while keeping up with the ship?
The ships largely come to a stop.
We can just wait for him to be done and then ask him where we're at.
Yeah, but it sounds really cool.
Can still look anyways.
How far down are the? Are we just like right above?
Mm-hmm.
I want to like fly down, maybe like 10 feet below, like touch the tree a little bit.
Sure. You take off to the skies, fly down, you touch the tree. It has this odd brittle quality to it, where it is simultaneously, it feels like very unkempt ivory.
Rotting ivory. That's interesting.
Hmm.
That's interesting. Good description.
Hmm.
When I see the Marin Loth is done, I would go up and talk to him. But he seems like he is, at his point, he is okay with being talked to.
Mm-hmm. He is actively looking around. He walks over to one side of the ship, peers out, walks over to the other, and he'll whistle at sticks. We're moving.
Hop back up. I do want to break off the tip of whatever twig.
Sure.
Bring it with me.
You break it off and you look at the broken side of it. It's porous like bone, though there are evident rings in it.
So it is a tree, but it is also bone. Interesting.
The very center of it is hollow, and red sap starts to filter out.
It's like that guy from Naruto who like buried in the sand, like expanded his bone out.
Kimimaro.
Kimimaro was the goat. Just saying.
Kimimaro, underrated character, taken too soon.
From bone cancer, I guess.
Vague
Tracks.
chakra sickness,
Tracks.
as
Not
they
mutant
like to
goat.
do when the subject is too strong and they can't stay around forever.
Yep.
These trees seem to have some kind of chakra sickness.
No.
Kimimaro was here. He
Are we
made a
not?
whole forest of
Does he look panicked a little bit, or like? Not?
No.
I don't think this guy knows panic.
Right. We haven't seen him react like this before. Of like,
He just wants to get us there so we can go home.
You see, as he takes a turn and you guys are traveling further into whatever this forest is, there's a small glade with a body of water that he starts to drop down towards. The bow of the ship skims the water for a brief moment as you guys feel it take, and then you guys have landed. He walks forward and grabs what appears to be an anchor. It is just a very large skull.
nice.
It looks to be the skull of a death tyrant. Which is a beholderkin. As he tosses it off the side, there's a...
That's not a thing.
Where are we? What is this interesting forest?
I thought it was very evident. It's the Forest of Bones.
Right.
Yeah, Kix, come on.
Of course, you.
I'm gonna hand the boat to you.
There's just, to my recollection, no mirror on the material plane of this place. So that is why I was a little perplexed when we came here.
There is.
What is it?
There's a forest in,
Trees.
yes, of trees, believe it or not. So wise.
See, he gets it. I'm gonna walk away.
It's the Forest of Bayan.
The material plane is Forest of Bay in, and this is the Forest of Bay out.
No, Bowens.
I liked that.
And
It's an accent thing.
is this a place that you frequented before, or is it just the easiest place to stop for a respite?
I do not normally take fares to the Pillars of Creation, so this was just an easier place to stop. I would be careful, though. There are bone blights and of the same around here from what I've gathered. When the winds kick up, they tend to whistle quite loudly.
That was it. That was the bone blight.
You just ate. Shut up.
I would not recommend venturing out like you guys did in the fair city of glass.
This place didn't seem like
Okay, good enough for me to hunker down.
interest for that, so I wasn't
Speak for yourself.
planning on it.
Well, with that, we are here for the night. Hunker down, rest if you wish. I will be.
Anything we need to worry about in terms of the water?
There's no.
Oh, I don't know.
Is there water?
Yes, he said he dropped an anchor into the water. You heard a boop.
So is it like a swamp? Almost.
Yeah, it's not very deep.
Just a place for the ship to rest.
Oh, I'm thinking that we're just still above Bone Tree.
No.
I'll probably just stay on the deck and keep an eye out on stuff because this place makes me feel uneasy.
Suit yourself. As they are going to pull open a book, sit down on a chair that does not exist, and start reading.
Chad.
All right, McGuire, get me if you need anything.
I will also probably conk out when I can.
You got it. As you guys sleep, the kobolds you see are kind of like trundling around on deck. Some of them are looking over. A few of them get some fishing poles and.
I go, no.
What?
I don't think there's any fish in here you'd want to catch.
Is it like kind of like the sport of it?
I'm worried about something bigger, maybe getting its attention.
There is always a bigger fish.
Right, one that could swallow the ship.
That sounds like a trophy.
It's not even deep enough.
Where are we?
Fuck fair.
Better safe than sorry. We can go fishing.
Yeah.
We can go fishing when we're back on the material plane.
All right. You promise you're gonna take me?
Sure.
You're gonna take us?
Why not?
We're gonna have a great time.
Absolutely.
Deal?
Which one am I talking to?
This is just one of the random crewmates.
Absolutely. Shake on.
Guys, we're getting a company paid fishing trip.
Fuck yeah, sure.
They scamper off.
I'll fork out 50 gold for a company fishing trip for the kobolds if that's what they want. If that's the reward they want after all this, fuck yeah.
I think
sure.
they need a pizza party. Really.
Hey.
That's essentially what they're getting.
Oh, come on. A fishing trip is way cooler than a pizza party. But they only earned a pizza
this
party.
would be fantasy equivalent of a pizza party.
On Friday, I went to like a mixer for
Pizza
like
party?
industry stuff, and I found a guy who did cybersecurity at Pizza Hut.
Oh.
And I was like, "Do you get free pizza?" And he's like, "No, they won't even give us a pizza party." And I've been asking for one for years. And I'm
Wow.
like,
Trash.
I think we need to
This is
hack
wild.
Pizza Hut.
Lame.
apparently they don't have a bug bounty, so don't do that. That's not legal. Don't do it.
Oh, a side note, I just learned what pen test was short for, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't
We can
know it was-
talk afterwards. I have some
Yeah.
jokes.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's a joke, but also I was like, why is it called a pen test? They make like pens are physical or something like that. I don't know.
We'll talk later.
Okay. So, with that, you guys all go to sleep. Cat's taking first watch, I'm assuming.
Yep.
All right. If you could, go and give me a perception check.
Sure. Perception. Ooh, that's not bad. 16. Actually, I feel like this matters right now. 24.
24. All right. Nothing targets the ship, though. While you are watching, you do hear large things crashing about. There's a flurry of movement as you can hear smaller things moving under the underbrush and something very large chasing behind, and then you hear as a bunch of these trees start to fall down.
I was about to say they're starting stream.
After a brief moment of silence, the shuffling in the trees start to kick back up, though much slower.
Predator caught its prey. Or something.
With that, for the sake of time, you guys are safe in this glade. You will not be attacked. So as you all rotate through and take your own watches, some of the senior crew even stepping up to do it, to let those that are a little bit more combat inclined get their rest.
Appreciated.
The next morning comes around as your captain has had their own rest, sitting up on top of deck. At one point in time, Kex, you did find him with the book draped over his own face and just...
Good. That was probably just a very human, thank God. He's not that weird.
He's still floating on a chair that does not exist.
Right, but he's at least fucking sleeping, or whatever version of it is that he's doing. This is the most human Kex has ever seen him look. So it's kind of just a. It's not as unsettling now.
But as you all begin the next day, you can feel there's some momentum kicking up as wordlessly he has just started. You all start to pick back up into the sky. And very quickly, there's a turn, a plummet into the water, in a as you all reappear on the astral sea. Those of you that are ticking down on time that you're working on stuff, it sounds like you're not working on your gauntlets. So the role I had for Ziggy took up the rest of this travel.
Okay.
So this would include this day as well, where he's still working on it.
Cool.
But he's still getting those mortars out and done.
How many more mortars?
No, it's still just the 3.
Got it. Okay.
But that's what he'll get done during this entire trip.
Got it. All right. I wasn't sure.
They are expensive and hard to make.
That's fine.
And very specialized.
It's good. That's okay.
So
3 is better than none.
it's true. As you all crest back onto the astral sea, you on this side there is a massive rippling. There's something very large is moving in the water just underneath the surface.
How far out?
Fairly close. It's only about 100 feet. It seems to be heading your way.
I don't know. Is everybody on deck right now?
You're all awake?
I would link brains with everybody that's in eyesight and go, hey, something's moving in the water. I didn't want to yell because I'm like, didn't want to get a lot of distress going, just in case it's nothing.
Can we just leave?
Should we go fishing?
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, no, but like, how long until we leave?
We just pop back up here.
We took a rest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the third day in the astral sea. So you guys have gone from the Shadowfell into the astral once again. And you've just appeared.
It's something rippling in the astral sea.
Okay, so you're telling me the astral sea actually has water too?
Yeah, the wave.
We've been on it the whole time.
Man, I've just been picturing it like space.
Kind of. I imagined it like the final boss in Elden Ring.
I thought waves were more like gravitational wave kind of thing. I didn't realize it was like, we're
That
actually on-
mercury that Sail has been like pulling up,
Yeah.
that has been the water you guys have been sailing on.
Yep, it is a liquid. It's a weird liquid. It is a liquid.
Got it.
So I'll let everybody know, like, hey, something coming. I don't know if it's going to attack us. Be ready.
All right. As it gets closer and closer to your guys' ship, you guys can feel the wake that precedes it. As just before it makes contact, bloop, you guys see the back of a very large head, seemingly humanoid. The skin of it very, very dark, almost like midnight. I say that because there even seems to be small stars scattered across it. As this head resurfaces in the water itself, you see the back of a torso, the lower back, legs, as whatever this thing is has just floated to the surface. It is not swimming at you, it is just floating. This figure is probably 50 feet tall if it were to be standing.
Is it friend-shaped?
It looks vaguely humanoid.
Is it the same skin color of the hand that I saw?
It is not. That was much closer to stone. As you look down at this looks like looking up at the sky.
Marin Lost not moving, not paying it any mind. Just keep going. Okay. Kobolds notice it.
Yeah. You see a few of them are walking over with like a bucket.
Does it look like it has a curious intent or a...
You see no eyes, you see no face. It seems to be face down in this water.
Okay. Let's not bother this thing. Don't want to fight something out on this water if we don't have to. Would anybody else agree with that?
Should we try talking to it?
I have some cannons.
That lines up with fighting it.
No, we could just maybe see if it's within earshot. Because we're here.
I think if it's gonna try and just float by, let's not. But I don't want to poke a bear. That might be a bear.
I think it's best not to swing first in the astral sea.
Right. So I would say if it does come out all the way and start to approach us, then maybe conversation. But I think best not to bother it unless it bothers us.
See, as it is floating, it is getting closer and closer to your ship, though it does not seem to be swimming by any means. It's not like it's trying to head towards you. It just so happens.
Colliding, basically.
And it makes contact with your ship. You guys feel the entire ship for a second. Not that there's any damage, just something of sizable weight has made contact.
We bumped a log or something.
Mm-hmm.
I go over to the side that it's on and look down.
Yeah, you look down. The top of the head has made contact with the hull. And you see its neck starting to bend as the ship continues on.
Might be dead.
Does it look like it's sleeping?
Make a medicine check.
I'll take that.
Could be dead. Well, we watched it surface, so.
No.
Again, you watched it surface, but its arms and legs were not moving.
Right.
It seemed to have just bobbed up.
Might be dead, it might be asleep. But
Now 1. So 4.
4. Might just be asleep.
Captain's not paying it any mind, so.
Can I inspect the hole and from the inside for damage?
Sure. You go down there. No roll required. It's fine.
Okay. Well, seems fine.
Okay.
As you guys slowly scrape by it, it limply gets rotated just by the force of the ship itself and kind of starfishes in the middle of the sea. Does not move. Does not seem to react to the contact itself as you guys continue to sail on.
I feel like we should have taken a look at it.
Risk them reward.
Yeah, the risk is we get to stretch our muscles and fight something. The reward.
Was it ever close enough to touch?
Yeah.
It was touching your guys' ship? Yeah.
Well, like, could I cast Identify on it?
You have to hold it for how long?
Ritual cast is 10 minutes, but if you want to just spend the spell slot and cast Identify, yeah. You climb off deck, or climb off the ship, start heading down the rigging, making sure you're not touching the water, and you just poke. You cast Identify. This is a husk of a forgotten god.
Huh?
Can we hear more about what that means?
That is all the spell tells you.
Oh, God.
It tells you literally what it is. There are no spells affecting it.
But it's a husk.
Bring it aboard. Harvest it.
Well, that was a husk of a forgotten god. Don't know what that means. If you want to do legend lore, you could, but
I have bigger fish to fry.
I don't know what that means either. It's news to me. I didn't know a god could be a husk or forgotten.
I was thinking maybe we could get some blood from it, but looks like it's a husk, so it's not alive.
Husks are typically dry as well.
If you're gonna get anything, you gotta get it now.
I don't have the fangs.
Do we like string it along like a fish?
You're wanting me to bite the dead god husk.
Yeah. That sounds like a quick power up before you go to fight someone.
Does Kex thinks this is a dumb idea? Nope, that's out.
That's a sign.
I can't deal with a 10. I can't deal with a 10. No.
That's middle of the road.
Guess what? He doesn't think it's a dumb idea because he rolled a fucking 6. Is it is this doable without without being out of range of the ship?
You'd have to do it quickly, but you could. It seems as though this massive form is buoyant.
Alright, Dice decided we're gonna. Oh man.
You got this. Guidance.
Yeah.
Bardic Inspiration.
I do have it. Okay. Yeah, alright, we're gonna bite the fucking god husk and we're gonna try and get blood out of it. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Firstly and importantly, can you please give me an acrobatics check?
Yes.
Make sure you do not touch the water as you are
Absolutely.
treading.
Yes, sir. That's much better. 20? Dirty 20?
That'll do. That's fine.
Does a graceful springboard front flip onto the husk of the dead god, making a
Because I can teleport myself back to the ship if I need to.
Yeah.
You land on the husk. Is there anywhere in particular you are looking to
Neck.
neck? All right. You climb up to the shoulders of it, kneel down, bite into the neck of it. There is a almost indescribable taste immediately. The best way that you can say is that it tastes like starlight.
Oh, fuck.
Can you please give me a Constitution saving throw?
Yes, sir. Can I use Bardic Inspiration and Guidance on those? Just want to double check before I roll.
Can you?
Before we start.
I'm looking up guidance right now.
Okay. I just want to know before we go into this.
Yep.
Ability check.
For guidance?
Oh, it's not a Constitution. It's ability checks.
Okay, so can't
So,
use the guidance.
Can't use guidance. I think you can use Bardic Inspiration.
Is that a D8?
Bardic.
High.
Ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So yes, you can use it, and I do believe it's a D8 for Sayu.
Okay.
Bardic Inspiration is
And you got psionic die, don't forget.
It is.
If you roll low, just know that you're probably going to get turned into space dust.
Okay. It's an 18 already.
Okay.
Before I add stuff to it. I don't know. I can't remember how Bardic Inspiration works.
Yeah.
Do I need to use that before I can be like, okay, and then I can't add to it?
I think you do need to choose to use it before you.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to choose to use it because I don't feel like an 18 is going to be high enough for this.
8.
22.
22.
And you have psionic die if you need
I was
it.
going to say I can make it higher if I need to make it higher.
You need to make it higher.
$28.
That'll do.
Fuck. What was it? Was it 25?
It's 24.
Fuck. Okay. All right. We're okay. We had some. I still had my heroic inspiration. I still have it.
But on 18 on the die.
Yeah,
or-
that's
No, I didn't have 18 on the die. I rolled 16
Oh, okay.
plus 2.
I would have imagined if he failed, it would just be like bites in and then and then he disappears.
I didn't have much chance to roll better, but it
Probably was like a I want to stay here forever kind of thing. Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
Andrew had something funny planned. I know that.
Not funny.
That would be the end of me, probably.
So congratulations. This was a deadly encounter. I'll say that first and foremost.
Okay.
Was it specific for Kex to eat it?
It was not specific for Kex. It was, I rolled.
For anybody to do something with it.
Well, I didn't know what you guys were going to do with it. I didn't know if you were going
Please
to try and
continue.
harvest blood or anything like that. This was a deadly encounter rolled by, I believe, here it is, by Lizzie.
Ha! It's only fitting that you're the reason that I went and did this in the first place.
Oh, sorry, I'm dyslexic, Sam. Aterios, not you.
Okay. Okay.
So as you bite into it and you drink deep of a husk of a god, you feel energy start to almost syncopate and change within you. I was not expecting you guys to bite it for the
I was not going to fucking do this. That was the dice.
But it was funny, huh?
I said if I rolled lower than a 10, I was too stupid to think it was a bad idea. If I rolled higher than a 10, and I re-rolled on a 10, and I got a 6. So I'm just as shocked as you are.
Everything that's dead and or slightly looks like it was living at one point, we're just going to tell you to bite it.
This would be the third dead thing I've bitten.
For the next 24 hours, your health point maximum will increase by 40.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
As you gain the boon of fortitude. But as you drink deep of the blood of a husk of a god, it begins to deteriorate and starts to sink.
Okay.
You need to get off this thing quickly.
Yeah, I'll just dagger teleport to the ship.
There you go.
So I'll let me roll for that again.
You guys see as
70 feet. We're good.
Kex returns to the ship and he has starlight in his eyes. There's a minor glow around him at the moment.
Holy shit.
So what, are you a god now or something?
I don't know.
Okay, try and do something godly.
Summon my dagger like normal.
Oh.
You summon your dagger, and it has starlight around it.
So what, you're like,
Still emerald, still gold, but starlight nonetheless. It seems almost nebulous now.
Huh.
so what, you're like one of those druid people with the stars?
I don't know. But you guys just told me to go drink blood off of a god.
Did you enjoy it?
Did I enjoy it? Said it
Oh.
tastes, divine, literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
I think we might be starting a problem. Is it like an addiction thing? Like,
I want you both to realize I didn't choose to do that.
do we need to get like some fucking
That was all your idea.
Oh, I didn't need to tell you twice.
blood patches for you
didn't.
or something?
But I wasn't thinking, hey, go bite that guy.
And it was a good call.
It was, but what if it wasn't?
You're welcome for the leadership.
It also could have made me explode.
You're welcome for the good leadership.
If there was anything left of you, I probably could have brought it back.
That's not reassuring, but thanks.
I'm willing to try.
As Styx says this, you think back to the actual bite itself and when you were drawing in that literally deific power. And there's a brief moment where your body, you weren't sure was going to be able to contain it at all. You feel as though you were this close to turning into salt.
That would have been the craziest way for Kex to go out. That would be fucking
So,
insane.
there was a very, 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 very sudden urge that felt like I was going to be it.
Thanks, Kolby, for the bardic inspiration.
Yeah. Would not have passed without.
Oh, Flash of Genius probably could have helped too.
I think I might have been too far away.
I don't know.
Okay, so we find another one, and then we maybe just bottle it up for.
I'm not doing that again. Did you not hear me? It worked out. But you know how close I was to that not working out?
All right. Well, here. I'm gonna pull out all but one of the Hydra bloods from my bag, and I'm gonna give them to you.
I think I got plenty of weird blood in me right now, but I'll save it for later.
Yeah, this one seems more normal. You didn't feel like you were gonna explode into a confetti of dragon, were you?
No.
Yeah. See, it's fine.
Probably keep me pretty full for a while, though.
Excellent.
Good. Yeah, well, we're going into combat. We want you fit and healthy, so.
Okay, but what if we just talk it out with them? Except maybe Okef. What if we just like?
Well, they are torturing Niv Mizzet. and they have a thing against sorcerers. They probably are going to try to torture us if we ask them to stop.
I am not a sorcerer.
No, but they probably are pretty invested in their idea if they're willing to kidnap a dragon. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, but how easy would it be to kill them?
If we get the surprise on them, I mean, we have Kex. He's juiced up now. We have Sail. He plays music. We have you, and you like basically like can call down the power of God. So, and then we have Fizzlefang
And Kip.
and Kip and Ziggy Star Smasher.
Zicky here. Just want to throw it out there. We have a ton of ordnance. And we got a ship. We could just set all the ordnance to blow, get real high, drop it.
What about
Sahil would not like that.
We want to ideally keep the ship, but yeah.
what about Niv Mizzet?
What about him?
Would he survive that?
With everything he's going through right now, he's going to be in a weakened state. Are you sure he'd survive that kind of explosion?
Just aim.
And what if we miss?
Don't miss.
That's really easy for you to say. Arms expert.
Really easy to.
I'll write her down.
No, that's sad.
Well, not a bad plan. Not the first plan.
Can you write it down?
Plan B.
You're not the navigator.
More
What if you
like
missed?
Plan C.
He's looking at fucking Fizzlefang.
Knowing what we know about who might be here now, do we think it's the best idea to send me in and try to find people?
I think that sending you in might be a bad idea.
I think we should just go in guns blazing and try to stop it.
Yeah.
You got any more guns? Can I try?
They hand you a wooden
But
gun.
what if there's a way to be able to get
no.
get Niv Mizzet in the fight before the fight starts?
I think that he's probably in a weakened state, and I think that we have the element of surprise and we have a wild card.
I don't think we have the element of surprise, personally,
Why wouldn't we?
because representatives of our enemy went to the librarian right after we left.
Yeah, but we're gonna get there faster.
Yeah, like we're in here pretty quick.
They also teleported here. What's to say they don't have other means of teleportation?
All right, well, if we're going to play the game of hypotheticals, we could go all day. All I'm saying is we have Lolax to help us out, maybe. We have the element of surprise, and if we
Maybe.
don't have the element of surprise, then we still have a wild card in that.
We do also have a giant bomb as I look over at Sayil.
Yeah.
Last case scenario.
You're not crashing my ship.
Okay. Well. Oh, that's the Marin one.
No, it's not you.
Oh, okay.
There's just something about this that's telling me that guns blazing is not the way to go. I'm not exactly sure what way is right, but for whatever reason, there's something telling me that we should not go in like that.
Okay. Speak of the devil. Why don't we do the thing that we talked about?
Oh, Legend Lore.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm gonna go and gather up 250 gold worth, as much incense as I could. I'm gonna get it on the deck of the ship. And then I'm going to converse with everybody to make sure that we're doing this about Okef, because Okef seems to be either Okef or the one that we don't know about, which wouldn't help at all.
We know three of them. We know Cabas. We know Okef. I have the name written down.
Cabas is not at this pillar, though.
No, I'm just saying we know three of them.
It's Cabas, Okef, and
Lolax.
Okef, knowing
other-
what we know about Lolax, is probably the most likely one we know to be there. I'm like 80, 90% sure the other guy we already met's going to be there too.
the one
The
that
guy
we met
who-
in the Whispering Woods.
What?
We went to a place called the Whispering Woods. There was crazy people. There was metal kettles.
I don't need to hear it. It's fine.
It's a fun story.
I would vote for Okef.
I would as well, because if Lolax is there, chances are.
I'm not saying not okay. I think that's a good choice.
Okay, so we are all in agreement. Okef, let's go. Let's burn.
Actually, okay.
Andrew's like, Okef doesn't exist. That name is a fake. Well, actually, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna start casting Legend Lore. Instantaneous, verbal somatic, material, 250 gold, and it consumes. Name or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about things that you've named. Lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, which I would argue that essentially is a Nagpa, possibly. It could be hit or miss there. The information you already have about the thing, the more precise, detailed information you receive is blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Information is accurate, but might be couched in figurative language.
Okay. You gather the necessary things. You cast Legend Lore. As you light the incense, you see as the smoke seems to billow outwards. Much more smoke than should be coming from this small amount. As it starts to fill the area, as shape starts to take form, it is large. It seems to have arms, a torso of bulging muscle, and a deformed head.
That wasn't.
As it starts to realize, you see a angel is held in the smoke. One with 3 eyes and arms that are much too large for a standard angel. There's a woman. She has hair tied back into essentially Nordic braids. You see her hands, as she comes into fruition, are caked in dirt. They are calloused. They are rough. I am Christ. Of what do you call, and why do you need information on the Cabal?
The name Hrist, does this ring a bell for Styx?
Very much so.
Uh-huh.
That is the sister of Kara and Aurelia, the daughter of the Raven Queen and Cord. She's the Earth Shaker and the grandchild of Kelimvor.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Big deal.
I wasn't sure this is how it would work.
Some information should stay lost. Why do you need this?
Because we feel like we will be meeting with them soon. And to protect the balance of the planar anchors and the pillars of creation, we find it of utmost importance to know what we're getting ourselves into.
Above table,
Mhm.
you are seeking Okef in this scenario, correct?
Correct.
The one you asked about? Okay. The bust figure that is basically what she's showing us, right? The torso up. Seems to dissipate, but the voice remains as it starts to show you images. You see an image of a beautiful woman. She is elegant, lithe. She has dark black hair, black eyes. Her hair, her skin is a deep deep brown. It picks up with her strolling in a desert. Ukif was a mage of the first age. She walked what you call the no man's lands, back when it had many names and many places. Her people were taken over by the one that would become Endwin. She was his counsel, as well as many others. They gathered more and more practitioners as they moved forth, creating a cabal of 13.
Those are going to be the Nagpa.
As the Endwin gathered more land, they too gathered more power, taking those gifted and turning them into batteries of a sort. While the Cabal all focused on various types of magic, Okef specialized in hemalurgy, the study of metals inside of blood, as well as blood magics themselves. The Cabal stayed with Endwin until his empire was officially erect, and well on, taking lives and power from those they needed to extend his life and their own. Cord, my father, who foolishly saw him as his prime disciple, did not want to take action, as Endwin had conquered these lands. In truth, he had given the correct rights to Cord, and he had been remaining faithful throughout the atrocities he committed in his name. It was during the war between the Void Eater and the forgotten god of the sun.
Oh.
That my mother came to be, and amongst the pantheon. Endwin, who was not called for this conflict, was irate, was angry, was mad, did not understand why he who had done the utmost, carved the world almost in half in Cord's name, was not given the same honor. So he tried to take it. The Cabal behind him, they wrought evil magic. They tried to take our mother from the skies and from the Shadowfell and bring her back earthbound, so he could take her titles and her throne. This did not work, for they did not understand that it was her true faith that allowed her to rise up. So, as they rent her from the Shadowfell and they brought her to Yulstein True, she cursed all of them, warping the Cabal into ugly, raven-like creatures, saying if they wanted to be like her so badly, she would oblige.
Damn straight.
And to end when not letting him out of her sight, rent him from Yulstein back to the Shadowfell with her. His wife, his son, and his closest confidant along with him.
Elder Conan?
His wife is Elder Conan.
Okef, being warped and cursed, was allowed to keep her immortality. Was allowed to continue walking the lands as a monstrosity. As the Cabal were so foolish and so prideful that they thought they could stand amongst them.
Is she currently at the Pillar of Fire?
Yes.
I don't know if this is just like a roleplay moment or if it's like this is how the spell works, but I wanted to ask just a couple questions, if as long as they're here and willing. I don't know if this has
It technically stretches how legend lore works,
yeah.
but the safeguards held onto this information obviously kicked off when Harist was the one that answered you directly. So we're already in a bit of an odd situation.
Okay.
So you may ask questions, though. They may come riddled, and they may just leave in the middle of this conversation.
Is there any way to kill the Cabal?
They are immortal, not invincible. While they are hardy and have had ages to build out their armories and their defenses, they are still flesh and blood.
So Harist is a descendant of the Raven Queen?
She's the daughter.
Daughter of the Raven.
Aurelia, who is
Sister.
Fax,
Yes.
patron.
Mhm.
This is her sister.
Okay.
I say, is this the one that Sayil has talked to before, or is it the other one?
Kara is the one that you have talked to before.
Talk to the whole goddamn
We
family.
have reached out to Harist before, but she never responded.
Oh, we reached out to Harist, and that's when the stone guy came, right?
No. That
No?
was Hilda.
Doomthoin.
Me and Sayil back in the Whispering Woods tried.
Mm.
We both tried to reach out to both sisters. Harist didn't answer. Kara did.
Okay. Is this the first step to balancing the... I don't even know how to ask this. Balancing the anchors again? Yeah, just bringing the flow of souls and how death interacts in the material plane and in the Shadowfell. That's
No.
kind of what I'm asking. It's not the first step.
No. Fire does not affect how souls travel. Neither does earth, water, or air. It is who presides over the plane.
Okay.
Ask about like abilities and stuff. Testing potential weaknesses. Is she the only one that's actually got a good heart? She helped me.
Does she have any ability to control Kex here?
Undoubtedly.
Will killing her kill Kex?
No.
See, buddy, we're all fine.
How do you stop her from controlling me?
I'm trying to like not, because there's like a ton of metagame questions that I want to ask, but like I'm trying to find the questions that are like pertinent but not that kind of. Oh man, I'm just gonna leave it at. Is there any advice you can give us for this coming day?
Brook no fools, take no prisoners, break them. They are a blight that should not have been allowed to exist.
Okay.
And with that, the incense will put itself out.
No, Fizzlefang, you're totally right. It's just like wide-eyed. Like, oh, hi.
Nobody else saw that?
We saw all of it because we saw what happened. Hilda did this before,
Yeah.
so we saw.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was like,
Wait.
We saw and heard everything.
Oh, okay. So we could have asked questions.
No,
maybe.
She was ignoring you two and staring directly at Styx.
no.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was RPing like, hey, ask this. Hey,
Got it.
ask that.
Got it. All right.
Not just
Crystal.
being like, hey, Jeremy, ask this. Like, no, it's like, maybe ask her how she controls me. Maybe like, but now it's like, fuck. I'll be the first to say it. Fuck.
That was such a good question, Jeremy. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, I wasn't on my list. Well,
So when do we go on vacation? Like,
So, how exactly does she have the power to control you?
because she fixed my mind, or so we thought.
fixed is a strong word at this point.
It's part of the reason why Lolax left. Lolax and her worked together to restore my memories, or if not fully restore, fabricate them just enough to make me feel like I got them back. I've been told now a couple times since that the memories may be accurate, but the bad days may not have been as bad and the good days may not have been as good, or vice versa. But she has been in my head, and Cabas is the reason I exist the way I do now. It has been known to us for a while that the Cabal, as it has been put, or at least some of the members, have some type of, I don't know if I want to say power, but they are able to exert something upon me if they so choose, but it has not happened yet.
Okay, and we just gave you juice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, idea, possibly. There's a couple things that I can try to maybe help this grasp on you lessen. Although Okef is probably a much more powerful magic wielder than I am.
I don't know if it's going to be about trying to take the grasp away or trying to make me more resilient to when they try.
Yeah. I guess we could.
That thing that I was gonna do for Bastion or Lolax, I
So-
could do on you.
I have an idea. It's not a good one.
Those are usually the best or the worst ones. So.
I know, and I'm afraid that I might offend you.
It happens almost daily at this point. So
Okay, well then I'll just
thank
skip it.
you for warning me ahead of time. It will probably make it hurt less.
Well, I don't want to hurt you, so I'm not going to say it. It's fine.
You have an idea. Go for it. This is not the time to be squeamish about myself.
Are we gonna make him the mole?
No, well, I mean, you could.
Polymorph?
True, we could polymorph you into a mole.
But what good would
But-
that do?
No,
If she's-
no. Not
What if she-
literally, Kip.
What if she thinks that she controls you?
I don't think it works that way.
Okay. My next idea was, maybe Morgan had a pretty good idea when it came to the ring and that tattoo, and it's just like a just in case button.
Let me present to you my just in case button.
I can't just turn it off. I could probably kill him.
That's,
Maybe.
Yeah, that's my point.
Technically speaking, if I did that thing and then you tried to act against it, it would cause you to just die eventually.
Mhm.
Are you resistant to psychic damage? You might die slower.
Well, okay.
The command thing is basically instead of them having to fight against it, whatever, it's if they fight against it, they start hurting in their brain
Okay.
until it turns to brain spaghetti.
So we have a turn off in case of danger button, I guess.
Reminder that damage only happens once per day.
What was it, once per day?
Yeah, but it's a lot.
Until...
So you used it at the right time.
Oh, once each day. Yeah. It's still,
It's a lot.
but yeah, up to 50 damage.
And if you use it at the right time.
That's the thing, is I could technically do it immediately at you, but it might be something that's better to do beforehand.
Now I see what
Like-
you're saying.
Like,
Oh.
hey, do not betray your friends. Do not betray the broken wings. Something like that.
That could work, but as I am now, that's not going to stop me even if I resist.
Well, we do have some ordnance.
We're not
No,
blowing
I
up the
really-
ship.
I really
We're not
would-
blowing up the ship.
I really would love to talk about how we succeed here and avoid this happening to me instead of how we kill me first.
Okay, plan A. We just absolutely just turn Okef into a glass crater. Easy peasy. We walk
I
away,
do
we
like
bring
that,
the
yeah.
dragon back, we save the city, we all go home, everything's fine. And then we go kill Endwin or whatever.
Okay.
Plan
What,
B.
what if she can't find you? What if we have you invisible?
That's part of why I said let me sneak in.
Well, yeah. What if we made you invisible and then we start the combat and we go
The
in
thing
guns
is
blazing
Is
like
we
the
don't,
god told us to?
the thing is we don't know the nature of this connection.
We don't know if it's like
We
if
don't-
you get closer.
We don't know if I am within a certain range of her. She's just gonna know I'm there, or if she has to know that I'm there. If it is the matter of she has to know I'm there, we have options.
To be fair, when Hush came back, he made it very clear that when he talked to Cabus, that Cabus had a way of knowing where everybody was, that kind of thing. So we could be Kex could be right about this is not a surprise and that they know that we're coming. But
I still don't think this is a surprise at all. I think the only surprise that might happen is Lolax.
what if we bring a cake?
I am the cake. Some may call me the drink, but
Not everybody is into eating people as you are.
I think
Sorry,
that
Andrew.
I like how you guys are.
Every time I'm role playing him, I look over and I see they call me the drink.
okay.
Beverage of sorts.
I think that focus firing Okef is the best call,
Yes.
and trying to kill her first. No mercy, no quarter. Don't try to bargain.
The hope, I'm not going to try to bargain. The hope is that she is the only one that can do this to me.
Well,
If all of them can, I'm hoping that I can resist it. That is the hope.
I believe in our ability to pitch things down quickly.
Yeah, I do too. But that's also part of the problem, is my ability to put things down quickly.
That's why I was mentioning ways to kill you if we had to, and then you said let's focus on other stuff.
It's
So
just, that's, not the first part of the plan I want
to me, it was like the
talk
first was
about.
like a foregone conclusion, which is that we're going to fight with you, and then if we can't fight with you, then we gotta.
No. I would really love entertaining ideas of trying to avoid that. I don't want to be killed by you. I don't want to kill you.
I'm still a fan of going in guns blazing here, and hoping that we have the element of surprise.
what I'm going to be doing.
You guys can, if I can get the drop on her.
Yeah.
Something like that. Nothing personnel kid.
I'm happy to be standing next to you, and to like help strengthen like us that way. But like I'm going to be so much better if I'm next to them. And my worry is that I'm not as sneaky as you. I'm not going to be able to do that unless we go in guns blazing.
Well, here's my idea. We do go in guns blazing, but I don't. I go in myself. I have my mind linked to all of you. It would be very easy to find out if it is a proximity thing with her then. If I get in range and I lose control, then all of you know, and you can blow everything up. Or I can get in, I can get somewhere safe, and I can either put one of them down, or I can stop something from happening. It's a risk, but I think either way that we do anything this time, it's a risk. I can
Okay. I guess we have 2 wild cards then.
also try and maybe try and unshackle the Mizzet or get Lolax
I think that's the best idea.
away.
Lolax, I think that we will just call for him if we need him.
Because Lolax can also probably put me down.
I mean, if you want us to put you down, we'll put you down.
Is he that strong?
He's potent.
He could have when we were back then. It was more of a matter of if I got to him first.
It's the who swings first classic dilemma.
More if he misses.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Good thing we have the shields.
Yeah. So is that the best course of action, we think? Try to find me a spot where I can get in.
And continue invisible. Wait, is that concentration? I keep forgetting.
Do we want Death Word on Kex?
Yes.
No.
Maybe.
Wait. I don't know. You or me.
On me, I have a plan. I'm gonna bring in some aid.
Mind telling us what that is?
Okay, there's 2 options. I bring in a god to help us. Very expensive.
Elaborate. Please. This is not the time for brave skepticism.
Okay. The reason I hesitate is because it is very expensive, and I know we're a little bit low on funds.
How much?
Where the fuck is it? It is. Yes, planar ally. So basically, I could summon somebody. Not sure who. Haven't done it before. Very expensive. I think it's kind of God's choice in who he sends.
I mean, Hrist just showed up.
However, it is typically 1,000 gold per hour, and or 10,000 gold a day.
We would have enough for an hour.
Or I could summon a big old Bowie boy that can shoot things really good.
I think extra bodies is helpful. What body? I don't know.
Beseech otherworldly entity for aid. The being must be known to you, a god, primordial, demon prince, or some other being. So I know Hrist, I know
Saw Hrist.
Kara, I know Dumathoin, I know Kellamvor.
I'd say Hrist would probably be a good idea. But again, we have enough gold for that for 1 hour.
When the creature appears, it's under no compulsion to behave in any particular way. You can ask the creature to perform a service in exchange for payment, but it isn't obliged to do so. The requested task could range from simple flies across the chasm or help us fight a battle to complex spy on our enemies or protect us during our foray into the dungeon. You must be able to communicate with the creature to bargain for its services. I speak Celestial.
Do you have anything that could make my brain more resilient?
I can give you the brain scrambler.
Oh, I love that one.
What do you mean? What do you...
Resistant. I'm trying to not use above table. Do you have anything to help me with saving throws, Jeremy?
Saving throws?
Yes, because
That's a good question.
That's
I
what
do
this
not...
is probably going to be, unless it's an instantaneous thing and it just happens.
Andrew, do you know? Because that's something that I haven't encountered.
For saving throws?
Yes.
Less, I believe, would assist.
Bless would help.
I have
D4.
bless.
I also have bless though,
Okay.
so I have that on myself, and I have a free cast of that. So let's not worry about that.
Okay.
Gios. Technically speaking, I can put Gios on you and make it to where if you have to make, like, I don't know if it's like, if you...
But that's not enough to kill me outright. Is the problem with it?
Yeah, Glyph of Warding. You can set a conditional that when Gios is activated, it goes off.
Could do that. Not exactly keen on another tattoo on me, but
This one's less spicy, kind of.
the whole point of this.
It's not even a tattoo.
The whole point of this is if we do it, it should be spicy.
I could do Blight.
That will probably.
Better?
I think the only thing that you have would be like harm, and I don't think that has the ability to like outright kill you.
It can't.
I don't even think a power word kill would be enough.
14d6 necrotic.
Just so you both know, I have 135 hit points right now.
But your current didn't increase with the maximum. I don't believe so.
Yes.
It did.
Yes, it did.
But
Yeah, so I have 135 HP, 15 of that's temp. 40 of it is, so my normal base is 120
Okay.
That
or
temp will go away.
by the time we get there. Okay.
I have an even funnier idea. Doesn't mean you die, but it does mean you go back to the material plane.
I could do that myself.
Well, I was gonna.
But this would be like you don't get a choice.
No, yes, sending me away, it would maybe break the connection and I could send myself back. If you banish me. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
What if I hollow you?
You don't have 24 hours, Jeremy.
What if I try really hard?
Then that would probably fuck me up because I'm undead.
Or I could try.
Brain bomb.
Okay, this is my last suggestion.
Okay.
I can just try greater restoration
make
to
wisdom.
remove whatever it is, because I can remove an effect that charms or petrifies somebody. I can remove one curse, including a target's attunement to a cursed magic item. I can any reduction to one of the target's ability scores or one effect reducing the target's hit point maximum.
Are we going to have enough time for him to rest before we get there?
No.
I had my one long rest, right?
Do you have the coin still, or did you use it?
I think it's been a day because we've had enough time to rest.
Maybe flip the coin to see if God thinks that's enough to free Kex.
Yep.
Or I can just ask if he thinks that Kex is going to betray us.
Well, I think that would come back as because like that's probably going to be what happens.
Can we stop Kex from betraying us?
Yeah.
Can we stop Kex from betraying us?
You flip it up into the air. It hangs. No, it hangs almost too long before it falls. It clatters down on the deck next to you guys, rolling, and then lands and stops edge up.
Oh, you fucking god damn it, Kex! Just try harder, Kegs. Give us a brain blast or something.
I could give you Flash of Genius. I don't know.
I've already healed you using my highest level healing spell.
I don't think that you can do anything to undo what's in there.
I think the closest thing would be Greater Restoration. What was above Greater Restoration? I don't even know.
I don't think that would work.
Wish.
Well, I have Dispel Magic.
She used like a 7th or 8th level spell in my brain.
That was compounded on top of Lolax using Soul Flame.
I don't think you have anything in your kit that can stop the tether from being there.
What about Dispel Magic?
That might do more harm, but also
that's the off switch.
Again, I think that is it would require Dispel Magic beyond what he can do.
Okay. It sounds like instead of killing you, maybe we could use Gios to have you break your tablet.
Sail can also.
If you get controlled.
Sail has an option. Sail could suggest me.
I don't think it'll be potent enough.
You just said that it wasn't going to be potent enough. I think we need to either send you away or kill you, and I'd rather send you away because
I think
pretty cool.
I think the banishing me, if I become a problem,
Could we?
good idea.
Could we put? Do you have banish as a spell? Could you put it on a glyph of wording, and then like if you have to, like you could use it on yourself, right?
But that would be,
It's a condition that's met.
and it would be using 2 spells before we go into this instead of just using banish.
Better than using a greater restoration when we don't know if it's going to work or not.
I'm not saying use the greater restoration. I am not saying
Okay,
use
Kex,
the
I know you're
greater
stressed.
registration at all. I don't think we should because I don't think it'll do anything.
Okay.
Greater registration.
I think-
Register to vote.
I think just
Do it
try
twice.
to hit me with a banishment or a suggestion if I flip.
Why don't we flip a coin?
We already did.
Oh wait.
Yeah, and God said, nah.
God said, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
It's scary.
Why don't
I
we
think
just,
it depends on if we kill her fast enough.
I think Gios is a good idea. I think that it's a lot of resources to use. I don't think that we're gonna have an actual answer, and we don't even know if it's gonna like happen. So
Here's the thing about Gios is putting it on a glyph of warding seems counterintuitive. Sounds like an extra spell. I just do it now
okay.
and make the condition as airtight.
How,
God, I wish we had our lawyer friend.
how high level is Gios?
It is a 5th level.
Save it. You need to save your big spells for this. And that's for something that's scary. Because what happens if it works? It does the damage to me, and I still don't stop.
Worst case scenario,
Then you're easier
I
to
think
kill.
we just tell Lolax to nuke you, and whoever you're standing near.
That or send me away. If that doesn't work, then do what you got to do.
I think we just have to play it by ear, to be honest. I think that there's really no knowing what is
So-
going to happen.
Going together or split up.
I think we
You
should
go
all go in
Unchained.
together except for you.
I think you need to go and try and free Niv-Mizzet.
Okay. I'll go in and try to do stuff while you guys do stuff.
Okay.
They're going to know something's up, though, when I'm not with you.
Is Niv-Mizzet from the material plane? Do we know that?
I could send them as it back if I needed to.
Do you have banishment?
I have plane shift.
Excellent. Okay. So it sounds like we have a loose plan that might change and might need more discussion before we get there.
Yeah, with, somebody who's not here.
Yeah. Well, with that, as you guys realize that you may have, once again, a double agent amongst you, whether it be intentional or not, we're going to go and wrap it up there for tonight. We will see you back here in a couple of weeks. We're taking next week off, as we will be moving. And I think maybe even the week after that, as we have some Dunder family stuff to attend to. So we will see you in 3 weeks on the 10th, November 10th.
I'm so mad.
Wait,
It gives you guys more time to plan.
Well, November 10th,
you're not.
I'm
gonna be
gone.
Oh, we're still going to see him. We're just going to be doing one-shots and stuff.
Oh.
Sorry, we're doing one-shots and stuff because Sam's gone doing, like,
Oh, okay.
lifting weights and shit. Fucking loser.
Heavy stuff gets lifted easy around this guy.
Things go up, things go down.
Be strong like weight.
Yeah, so we'll be doing some fun one-shots. It'll be a good time.